Hello? Hello? Here I am. Hold on, let me get some appropriate music. Turn that shit off, hold on. Just kidding, that's a very good track. I believe it's Hateful that made it. Hold on. I have some perfect background noise that's gonna drive everybody crazy for like the next hour and a half. Will I censor you? Whatever do you mean? I just have a gun to you in case you hate Hatsune Miku. That's really loud for me, hold on. Anyways, yes, I will censor you if you have the wrong opinion about Hatsune Miku. I've been very excited for this stream. I've been working very hard on it all week. And I hope you'll appreciate the fruits of my labor. Because it is very important. And poignant. Poignant. Do people hate Miku still? That she got it in with the anti-cringe wave that the Undertale concert caused? I feel like well, no, I feel like she's like an idol now, but like I don't know, I feel like there's still some haters, and that's just because like Vocaloid's very niche and not everybody's gonna appreciate the sound. And I understand that perfectly well, but at the same time I think it's very important to take in the correct opinion and just understand where people are coming from with this. I'm not talking about the hate, I'm talking about me and in my opinion. Because fucking Miku's gonna be at Coachella, I think. She was supposed to be in Coachella 2020, but then you know what happened to that. And I mean, Coachella's like nothing. That's like a nothing thing. Just joined and there's a gun immediately pointed at me. Well, yeah, it's important. Mikoachella, absolutely. I think because they put her on the roster for 2020. I don't think they ever put her back until now. Hold on. Coachella 2024. Yeah, I hear that Coachella is kind of like a nothing music festival, and that it's just kind of big because people decided to make a big deal out of it. Let's see here. Hatsune Mai! Well, Atarashi Gakko is gonna be there, so what the fuck? It's cool to be a fucking weeb now, and it's so crazy to me. Miku would have been the only talent that could have realistically performed at Coachella 2020. Yeah. Truly. Hold on, I'm looking at the lineup right now. A lot of these people, I have no fucking idea who they are. Hatsune Miku, yeah, she's gonna be there. And it is a fucking crypt. This is god ugly. This is like actually god awful. Hold on. You need to see this. Hold on. They just used her fucking Krypton. Hold on. They just used her Krypton fucking... It's probably gonna look really tiny. Hold on. I'm gonna move over to the other screen. It's a little small, but they just used her PNG. And it looks very silly next to all of these, like... real life artists. Hold on, let me see. Miku. It's so out of place. Just completely like Miku V2 white background PNG. It's very silly. I quite enjoy it. I think it's really good. But hold on. Let me show you the what I spent all week working on. Are you ready? I'm gonna hide this while I pull it up. Hold on. I'm already going crazy from this. Like, fuck, dude. It's gonna have to be turned down a little bit more. You have on Polka for like 3 hours straight. I think I'm gonna lose it. Let me pull this up. Slideshow. Are you guys ready for this? Please feel free to stop and ask any questions or make any comments. Oh, let me actually move myself so I'm not in the way. I'll put the gun away for now, but just you wait. Don't misbehave or else it comes back out again. This is a lecture hall now. Alright? We're gonna be talking about Hatsune Miku, her influence, and why you should listen to vocal synths, if not Hatsune Miku, but why she's probably the most important one. The gun comes later, yeah, that's part of the presentation. Thank you. Alright, are you guys ready for this? Ready? Ready? Ta-da! I made this! I didn't make any of the pictures, but I did make this slideshow. This is why you should like Hatsune Miku, and by extension, other vocal synths, by Doqmeets Smiles. Like this little game one right here. Is there like a... Oh shit, no, that's spoilers, that's spoilers, that's spoilers, that's spoilers. Fuck. That's spoilers. Do I have like a laser pointer or something or not? Because if not, that's kind of lame. I guess not. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Properties? Capture cursor. They hail. Maybe I need to change my cursor? I don't know if I ever super liked Hatsune Miku, but I definitely like the type of songs. Yeah, and then we'll touch up on that. Because it does have a very... I think it has a very... what's the word? It's very unique to Vocaloid itself, and I can't really, like... I can't remove Vocaloid from a lot of artists, unfortunately, because, like, they were previously associated with Vocaloid, and their sound is so, like, unique to their Vocaloid portfolio that I just, like, whenever I listen to any, like, non-Vocaloid song from them, I'm just like, oh, dude, Miku would totally sing this. Love the thumbnail, by the way. Very Tails gets trolled. Thank you! I made it myself. Hold on. That one I drew. Sorry. That one I drew at work really hastily, right before I clocked out. Tongue? Blech. Hold on, let me see if I can find cursor. I have caps locks on. Can I change my cursor? Inverted? Green? Ooh, wait, let me make it Miku color. Size, I'm gonna make it huge so you guys can see my cursor. Thank you. You guys see this? It's not showing up. Hold on. I think I know how to rectify this. I think I'm just gonna share my entire display. Add sauce. Done. Oh god. Hold on. Wait. Oh god, wait. Okay, let's size that down. Fuck, my cursor's so big. Miku has taken over. Alright, my cursor's so big, I don't know where the fucking middle of the reticle is. I think I'm just gonna nudge it the rest of the way. Miku, yeah! You're here for education, more like here for re-education. You get what I mean? We're already getting into the slideshow. Oh, you can see my cursor now. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. God, don't look at my settings. Please, 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 please. No! Let's see here. Cursor thickness. We're making this thing giant. That's text cursor indicator. Sure. Mouse pointer style. Here we go. Making this thing huge. You can see it from space. Me education coup. Precisely. Why does it show so tiny on there? It's huge on my screen. I guess whatever I do doesn't matter. Put that back down to 1 then. Fuck. Well, at the very least you can see my pointer. Leaked! Completely and utterly doxed. I will never recover from this. I set it to Wumbo, it's just not showing up on stream. I don't know why. It just shows up as a teeny tiny one. Which is fine. Okay? It's cool. Anyways, this has got to be turned more down because I literally cannot hear myself think. And I'm gonna have to think a little bit with this. It's cool to be small. I beg to differ. Anyways. Hold on. Why you should like Hatsune Miku, and by extension other vocal synths like this little gay one down here. By Doqmeets Smiles. If you couldn't tell, this is Hatsune Miku. She's a blue-haired gal. Little gal. And she is also a vocal synthesizer. This is like this is gonna be perspective from like a Vocaloid boomer, because I know that it's like cool and everybody knows what Vocaloid is and what a vocal synth is nowadays, but I will be educating from the lens of like you don't know what this, you think this bitch is from an anime, like that's what we're talking about here. All right, locking it in. This is Hatsune Miku Krypton Future Media. So Hatsune Miku is a... Hold on. Let me pull up her... Well, I know it by heart, actually. So, Hatsune Miku is a vocal synthesizer. She is a singing robot sent from the future. Her name literally means future sound. I believe, yeah, future sound. She is forever 16 years old. That is her, I believe that's her canon age, but everybody makes her different ages because you can just kind of mold Miku around. Hello! We're doing education on Hatsune Miku. But Krypton Future Media, or CFM, is the company that created Miku. Fun fact, if you didn't know, Miku is not the first vocal synth or the first Vocaloid. She just sounded really good compared to her predecessors. Everybody say thank you, Saki Fujita. And I'm pretty sure you guys will recognize Saki Fujita. She's a seiyuu, pretty prolific. Let's pull up some of her roles. Actually, I know she played Ymir in Attack on Titan. Let's see. What else has she done? Something that I know. Yeah, Attack on Titan, Ymir. Log Horizon 2. I don't know Log Horizon, so you guys, I don't know. She's Lasphere in that. She's very prolific. She's been around since like 2005, which is, yeah. She's Ruri from Durarara. I love Durarara, so. What else is she from that I know? These are like a lot of... Just look her up. Please. I don't know. I don't know a lot of these shows. Yep, it is a presentation on Hatsune Miku. We're talking about how she's important and why you should like her. Feet Ku. That's her. Street Fighter X Tekken Elena. Cool. There's a lot of things that I don't know. She's an Arc Knight. She plays Yato. If that like means anything to anybody. I don't care for Arc Knights. But I mean, she's pretty prolific. Look her up if you're really interested. Saki Fujita. Just as a question, wouldn't, like, let's say Google Voice sort of be considered a form of Vocaloid? Yeah, absolutely. It is, well, kind of. Kind of. Google Voice is more text to speech. That is, what should I say? It would be like a Talkaloid, I guess, if we're speaking squarely in Vocaloid terms. It's robotic, but it's a voice in a way. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. When referring to Vocaloids, we're talking about vocal synths. They're a little different in the fact that they are more an instrument than just like a tool for like a stand-in for talking. It's actually really hard to make Vocaloids speak natively. There's a lot of terms that I'm gonna have to go over. So natively usually means like the voice bank in the program. And program can refer to a lot of things. I think we're gonna try and focus mostly on Vocaloid here. Vocaloid, I don't think it was the first vocal synthesizer program, but it was the most used for a while. Walkaloid, Talkaloid. Hold on. Cat wants out again. Come on out. Please don't stay in the door. Thank you. Oh, cats. So once for speaking and once for singing. Precisely. There are other programs like, oh shoot, I forget what it's called. Let me look it up real quick because one of my all-time favorite Vocaloids is used in it. CV Flower. Gynoid Talk. So there's Gynoid Talk. That is a program that is specifically for synthesizing voices for speaking. Fuck, not the goddamn Crocoloid Talk again. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Gynoid Talk. That's a program specifically for speaking. I think it's Yamaha. Let me double check. There's a lot of different companies that like we have to go over to. But I think we were talking about Krypton Future Media. Gynoid Talk. Who made this? Gynoid. Oh, no, I guess it's not Yamaha. Oh, it was internet. Okay. Oh my god, this cat doesn't know what she wants. Okay. It's in and out, in and out. So when do we get to the... Oh. Do you guys want to hear... Hold on. Let's pause this real quick. Do you guys want to hear a... It's not a Vocaloid, but it is similar in the fact that it's a vocal synthesizer that's made with my voice. Back when I was like a super nerd about it. Would we like to sample that real quick? That now that you asked. Yes? Okay. Hold on, it's not a link. It's on my computer. Just because I used to just love messing with it and nothing else. I have to do it on my other screen. It carries dark power. Ooh, shit. Stay right there. Okay. Let me start up the program. So this is not Vocaloid that I'm using. This is gonna be, oh, shit. Where is it? Oh, is it in here? Music? Yes, Utau. So, the program that I'm using for this, for my Vocaloid, is called Utau. Shmooshaloid, yeah. This is called Utau. This is a freeware program. I think I bought like the shareware version, just so I could get some extra um, tools for it. This is what. Okay, close. I don't care. This is what Utahu looks like. It's a little similar to Vocaloid. I can actually pull up if I have it installed. I'm not 100% sure if I do. Vocaloid I have a love-hate relationship with, in the fact that like the interface just kind of sucks. Let me see. Vocaloid. I think I still have it. Nope, it's not installed. Okay, so we can't look at Vocaloid. I'll show it later in the slideshow. I'll show you what the interface looks like, but it's pretty similar to, is it Mikuloid at least? Hold on, let's see here. Let me what do I want to use here? Open. Let's do, let me open up my Utel folder, UST. We can do, let's do Lost Ones Weeping. Okay, cool. I don't know how like good this is gonna sound because some of the voice banks kind of suck. Oh no. Ah, yeah, we'll do this one. Did I make a power voice bank for this? I don't think I did. Nope, it's a lullaby. Okay. I wanted to show off the. Hold on. No, I'm showing off the. No, you know what? Ah! I just wanted to show you the interface, but that's what it looks like. I actually it'll take. We'll sit here for a while if I like don't have a pre-rendered one already. So Utaho, unfortunately, because it's freeware, it's not very. What's the word? Lullaby me. It's not very streamlined. So what it'll do is, because it has to render every note that you put in. So as you saw, it was pretty much just a piano roll. You'll just drop down a note and then you'll put in what lyric you want it to sing. Doesn't have the benefits of a paid one, seriously. So what it'll do is you can select a portion of the notes that you generated to preview. However, when you preview it, it has to pre-render everything first before actually playing it. Whereas, like Vocaloid will, it'll take a second to render it, but it'll start playing it like real time. So it's a little nicer in that fact. I will say, you didn't hear it from me, but the Vocaloid that I have is not totally legal. I don't know where I got it from. My brother just kind of got it for me, and I was like, okay, word. But I do have a pre-rendered thing in here. Illegal Miku. I did have illegal Miku. I will say that. I think it should be in here. I think I uploaded it. I think. I didn't. But this is a pretty good one. Let's do this one. I'll pull it up here. So this is this is an Utauloid. That's what the Utau ones are called. This is an Utauloid that I made back when I was in high school. I don't know if this is the proper way to use it, but this is the way that I use it. She was this is the character for it. Her name was Sora, because she was based on like the weather. She had 3 different sounds to her, or 3 different voice banks. She had a stormy voice bank, which was like her power voice bank, so it was basically more powerful. She had a drizzle voice bank, so that was her soft voice, and then she had a sunny voice bank, which is a sweet voice for like pop songs. I think I'm gonna actually pull up the other one because I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. Sora. Okay, no, not this one. We're gonna do this one. It's gonna be in fucking Windows Media Player. Please forgive me. So, this is Tokyo Teddy Bear with Sora's voice bank. This, I think this has two of her voice banks. This has her Drizzle voice bank and her Stormy voice bank. So you'll hear Windows Miku Media Player. So you'll hear both her soft voice and her powerful voice. I think this is like the only one that I've been like super proud of. Let me turn it up a little bit so we can hear it. Are you guys ready? I made these. I like recorded these, and it's so fucking annoying to record these because basically what you have to do is like these are basically just voice samples. And you pretty much just program them to make it flow smoothly from one note to the next. This is called a CV voice bank. So basically, how you record it is it's just consonant vowel. So pretty much you'll record yourself singing like a, I, U, E, O, and that's it. Vocaloid is programming in music, pretty much. That's why it's so fucking cool. And then it's also storytelling. It's so fucking cool. So yeah, this is a CV voice bank. There's a bunch of other ones that I like. I dipped my toes a little bit just because it's a lot more complicated. Like there's a program that somebody made just for recording voice banks, just so you could be a little bit more efficient with it. There's another voice bank that I made with my voice called a VCV. And that one, VCV stands for vowel, consonant, vowel. It's a little bit smoother. You get a much better sound with it just because the way that one works is the way that you record it. The beginning of a vocal sample begins with the vowel, which is usually at the end of like the sound. So if you go like yeah is pretty much what it is, pretty much what you're putting in. So when you go from say ba, so it'll sound more like ba ya, if that makes sense. A I U Lloyd. But let's listen to Doqmeets Vocaloid, pretty much. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Oh god, it's loud. This is her soft voice. And this is her stormy voice. She's a very robotic sounding voice bank, I will admit that. And that's just because she's CV, that's what it sounds like. I didn't tune this, by the way. This, I forget who made this. I think Handle Ollie made this. Made this, USP, the file that I used to make this. I was so proud of that. I think I like edited it a little bit so the transition was a little better. Oh brother, is this your first Vocaloid or have you tried making others before? So just so we get this clear, this is an Utauloid. I just want to make sure because it's very, very different from a Vocaloid. Vocaloids are made with a little bit more production value, but this was one of my later ones, as you could definitely tell with the it's okay. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. But yeah, this was one of my later ones. It sounded a lot better than my first one. I actually have one comparing both voices. I'll play a little bit of it. It's a little hard to tell. It's split stereo, so if you have headphones, that'll be the best way to hear it. One side is gonna be one of my really old, not my first, but I think she was like my second or third one. She actually has like a Unutau wiki page that I made for her. Hold on. Unutau wiki kurisu. There's a lot of a lot of vocal or Utawaloids named Kurisu, so this is gonna be a little hard to find. I don't feel like putting in the effort. Make them sing a duet. Yeah, if you have headphones in, that's the best way to hear it. But definitely one side is a little not as good. The recording quality was kind of shit because I was using a really bad microphone, and I didn't program it correctly, so it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Okay, so the left side is gonna be the old one. I was taking a second there, but once it hits the chorus, I could definitely tell. So yeah, I didn't program it correctly. So if you could hear the difference, on the left side, the notes don't stretch out as much as it's supposed to just because it's not programmed correctly. So basically, if you don't program it correctly, it's just gonna play the wave file, but it's not gonna know that it needs to stretch that file out correctly. Because the way that you program it is you tell the program, this is gonna be the beginning of the consonant, this is the meat, and then so A is the beginning of the consonant, B is going to be the meat of the note, and then C is going to be where the cutoff is. So that'll tell the program, this is where the note starts, this is where you can elongate it, and this is where you can cut it off. And then when you cut it off, this is where you can blend it in with the next note. It's crazy that with some coding and music production stuff, stuff like this can exist without any real singers. It's really good. I don't know how else to explain it. Miku! But yeah, that is the product. At least the worst sounding one was the product of a 14-year-old. The nicer sounding one was the product of a 17-year-old. So there we are. I don't think I've ever recorded a newer one since Sora. Yes, Sora was the last one that I made. So I couldn't tell you what I could do, but it's so fucking like annoying to make them. Like I don't even want to think about the process. It's so fucking annoying to make these things, because what you have to do is you have to sing. You can't just say. You can't just go ah e u e o. You have to sing it. And if you want to do like a specific effect, like Stormy's voice bank, you have to fucking scream it. So I screamed her entire voice bank for like an hour. For I don't remember how many files she has. She has quite a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why Vocaloids are a little better quality. Most Utaululoids are made by like fucking teenagers. Like that's crazy to think about. What if you want one? What one? What, a Vocaloid or Dogmeat Lloyd? Because I would be willing to release her. Sora, I mean, I'd be willing to release her, but I don't know. I haven't finished her Sunny voice bank. I haven't even like outputted all of her files, so she's not really ready to go. Dogmeataloid. I don't know, if there's enough like people that want it, then I'll definitely like consider releasing her voice bank. Music is hard, but programming is hard. Now add both, and we have this, which can turn out pretty good. Yeah, precisely. So that's why like Vocaloid's really cool that you think about it, and like take it a step further. People who tuning refers to actually like making them sound like they're singing, pretty much. I can show you. I have Synth V just because I like messing around with it. It's more of a hobby. Oh shit, my dentures fell out. Sorry. You'll build Twitter bots that just bother you for Dog Miku. So this is Synthesizer V. This is a newer voice synthesizer program. Pretty much the same layout as Vocaloid. The only difference are the parameters here, and that's what you use to tune. This is one that I tuned myself. I can't remember who made the MIDI, but I didn't make the MIDI. And I didn't make the MIDI because I have a hard time like making MIDIs. So so pretty much what you do is you can drop in a MIDI and then just put notes to it, and then you can tune it. I'll show you the difference between tuned and untuned because there is a stark difference. One sounds like it is a robot. The other sounds not as much like a robot, but it sounds a little bit more like a human. But with Synth V, it's really hard to like get that robotic sound just because it's really good at just at just making really good outputs. I think down here is where I haven't tuned it yet. So this is a non-tuned singing voice. Let me see here. We'll do this one. So this is non-tuned. And it's just, I haven't like even added the lyrics in yet. So this is just what it sounds like when you don't like mess with it or anything. Actually, let me take away the music so you can really hear the voice. No, not solo, mute. So this is Eleanor Forte, I believe. She's an English voice bank for Synth V. And this is what it sounds like when you tune it. And you can see down here, it does sound a lot better. That's just because Synth V has much better quality than Vocaloid. At least in my opinion, Synth V like really kills it. As you can see down here, let me pull this up a little bit, just so you can kind of see it. These are what you mess with to actually make it sound like somebody singing. So you can mess with how breathy the sounds or the voice sounds, how loud, the tension in it, which is really good. This is like a really good, I love this parameter. I don't believe Vocaloid had it. Vocaloid did have a growl parameter. I don't know if Synth V does. I'm assuming it does. It doesn't. It does have rap intonation though. So rap intonation is neat. I think Synth V is the only program that has it. Vocaloid might now. I think they're on V6 nowadays, which has AI capability. AI voices are like completely different than like, you know, AI voices that you can get online. These are actually like made for music, made ethically with voice providers that do get paid for their work, which is really awesome. In some ways, these songs can be enjoyed with either robotic or human sounding voices, which can really work out. Precisely, we're actually going to watch, we're going to listen to a song later that has such a good, like, such a good example of how every person tunes these voices differently. They're also big caps gross, yeah, for sure. But this is how it sounds when you tune it, when you actually like mess around with the parameters and stuff, and with the notes a little bit.
is held together with string. There's a beautiful sadness that runs through him as he asks me to pray to the God he doesn't believe in.
I tuned that. I did that. I tuned that. Are you guys proud of me? She breathes too. She breathes. Listen, listen. She takes a breath before she sings.
Time and again, boys are raised to be men. Impatient they start, fearful they end. But here was a man. Morning tomorrow he drank, but finally drowned in his sorrow. Oh, he could not break surface tension. He looked in the wrong place for redemption, and don't look at me with those eyes.
That was so hard to do. I was sitting there trying. She does a head voice, dude. She does a head voice. It's so fucking cool. Like when we started fucking around with like vocal fries and head voices, I think I don't know how to do a head voice in Vocaloid. That's why I switched over to Synth V, because it's easy to make a head voice in it. You can hear the difference between the head voice and the chest voice in this. You can tell that I like really fucked with the breathiness and tension. That's the way that you make the head voice.
In the wrong place for redemption, and don't look at me with those eyes. I tried to unweave the ties, turn back the time that drew him.
Like, come on, dude, it's so fucking cool. Like, this is a pre-recorded voice that is being synthesized into notes that you can mimic a head voice. It's so fucking crazy to me. Discard. You were talking about AI and stuff earlier, and I kind of started wondering this. I feel like AI voices wouldn't be able to replace these types of voices, but I also fear that they could. There actually is like a Hatsune Miku AI voice. It does produce really good results. Technically illegal. And very illegal, actually. Very illegal. Especially with Vocaloid and stuff, because they get really like, they don't like it when you take samples from one program. Like there was a somebody in the Vocaloid community that actually, like, everybody was kind of dogpiling on them because what they did was they took Vocaloids and then imported them into Tau by recording their voices and exporting them and making them into Tau. Very illegal. All the parts where your voices are in your head? No, it's not. Get out of my head. But yeah, I know, like, especially especially Vocaloid. I think Vocaloid was the one that kind of started fucking around with AI singers. But yeah, I think there still is a certain amount of skill that you need to make it sound good, and make it sound a certain way. Developing it, it'll eventually maybe become the new normal. It's so weird, yeah. But at least with Vocaloid, I feel like if you're looking at Vocaloid music, see, okay, here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing about AI singers, all right? Here's my fucking beef with it, is like, you know, like the Taylor Swift AI voice, or like the Ariana Grande AI voice, and everybody's like, oh, this is so cool. Can't believe we're doing this. This is a Vocaloid! You people are listening to a Vocaloid, an illegally made Vocaloid. And it's just like, oh, you guys are making fun of us, until it's fucking Ariana Grande. Like, I remember people would do, also illegal, so if you wanted to have one, you had to make one yourself. People would make Tauloids of pre-existing characters, which is illegal because you're not allowed to make and distribute voices where you've collected the samples from somebody who has not consented to that. But people would make like Hatelioid stuff. Hatelioid was a really big one. I can't remember anything else. There's a Donald Trump one. It was just really cool. Let me pull up the Donald Trump one. I wonder if anybody knows that one. World is mine, Donald Trump. It's really good, I think. USA Smile. This is a map that somebody made with it. Oh, you can't hear it. Hold on, let me turn it up. She was pretty well made So the thing about this is not AI. This was made in 2016. Somebody painstakingly went through multiple clips of Donald Trump speaking, recorded the ones where that sounded like the voice clips that you need to make a complete voice bank, and made it just fucking for this, just for this. Like that, this is painstaking work. Some 14-year-old was just like, yeah, let me make a new tabloid of Donald Trump. It's so fucking good. A lot of like fucking no lifers. Yeah, it's a new tabloid. So very painstakingly made. No AI assistance for that. But anyways, let's get back to Hatsune Miku. So Hatsune Miku is a product of Krypton Future Media. She is not their first Vocaloid. She was just the first impactful one. She actually had two predecessors within Krypton Future Media and a bunch of other predecessors outside of Krypton. I believe two of the voices came with Vocaloid. That would be Leon and Lola. They were basically the base voices that you get with the program. And then there were a bunch of other companies that made their own Vocaloids, such as Krypton, Internet Co. And Yamaha made their own as well. I think Yamaha made Vocaloid, so they have a bunch of their own line of character voices. But obviously Miku is the one that got the attention. It's a lot more work than just making a Vocaloid. Oh yeah, I mean Vocaloid itself, I'm sure a lot goes into it to make the voices sound that smooth and make them work that good in the program. But with Krypton Future Media, Miku actually has two predecessors within that company. So before her was their two character Vocaloids, Kaito and Meiko. Meiko has been subject to a lot of grief, and that sucks because she's one of my favorites. I love her. She's Big Mommy Milfy, okay? That's why I like her. And then the characters to come out after Miku were Kagumine, Ren and Len. Ren and Len were huge because the big draw about them was they were pretty much, they're twin voices, okay? So they were both voiced by the same voice actress, but it was an experiment to see if you can get two different voices with the same voice provider, which obviously you can. The voices were made to complement each other, and it's really cool because they blend very well. So that's why you have, and they come together, so you pretty much get two voices in one. So that's why you have a lot of songs that feature both of them. Just because it's nice to have just two voices, and it's really cool because Rin has her own personality and Len obviously has his own personality. And then there was Megurine Luca, who almost overtook Miku. I don't know, there's like a really weird phase in the Vocaloid community where everybody just decided that Luca was the best one and Miku just kind of sucked. And almost. Miku is, I mean, we have a song by Anamaguchi called, that goes Miku, Miku, you can call me Miku, not the Luca one. I feel like Miku is still kind of the reigning queen. But there was a phase for a while where everybody just kind of collectively said Luca's better than Miku, and I feel like that was just because Miku had become so popular, uh, and people were just kind of looking for something to be contrarians about. So Luca kind of came to power for a little bit. That's where Just Be Friends came out. Oh fuck, what's the other one that I really like? I can't remember. But there was a lot of songs that featured Luca, and there was a point where like I think Just Be Friends kind of ignited that. The one with the reddish brown outfit, that's actually gonna be Mako, I believe. She has brown hair and a red two piece. That's Mako. She's my favorite. She's Miku's predecessor. And not gonna lie, because I listen. This is I fucking love Miku. Word. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be controversial. I believe. Hold on. I believe Mako was not as popular as Miku purely because she was a mature woman. Miku was a more marketable, vaguely teenage girl with a cuter uh, aesthetic. Thank you for hearing my controversial opinion. Thank you. Like, and it kind of makes me upset because like there's a derivative of Mako called Sakine Mako, and it's basically just a younger version of Mako, just a younger, cuter version of Mako. She's more popular than base Mako. Interesting how people went after the. That's the conclusion that I came to. All right, that's what I noticed. It's not like, confirmed, but like, there's I don't know. Maybe it's her design is just a little bit more appealing, a little bit more marketable, which it is. I will. I'll give it up to that. And we'll talk about that in a little bit here. Like I said, she's very appealing to weeaboos. I'm so sorry, Mako. So getting into like producers and stuff, notable Miku godfathers, as I call them. Hold on. This cat doesn't know what she wants. Leave. Are you in? Are you out? Okay. She has a good design. I'm not against that, but it's overall interesting. Yeah, it's really cool how it's really interesting how Miku is the one that kind of became the breakout star for Vocaloid. And I feel like a lot of that does have to do with like the scene at the time, who is making music with who. The vocal quality does kind of play into that fact. Mostly because the reason why Miku got as big as she did compared to her predecessors was because of her vocal quality. It was the best at the time. So that kind of, I feel like, in turn, made it so Miku was a little bit more accessible because there was more songs featuring her rather than Mako. And I won't deny that Mako's V2 is a little rough. So during the time, that definitely had to play into it. But notable Miku godfathers. These guys are the fucking pioneers. All right. Without these guys, the scene wouldn't be what it is today. So that would be KZ Livetune. Livetune is a unit, but I believe there's only one person in it right now. It's a producer unit. I think KZ's the only. I can't remember if it was him or the other guy that left. But KZ's the one that made Tell Your World, which was Tell Your World was incredible. Everybody loves that song. I'm not a huge fan because it's very poppy. But people really like it. People cite that as like one of the oldest like big hits using Miku. At the time, I remember you still being able to hear the robot in her voice. Definitely, I feel like that became part of her even nowadays. Yeah, that's what a lot of people like. Definitely different tastes within the community. Some people prefer the robotic sound because it is charming, and some people prefer a more naturalistic sound and think that that's like godly. Like, Michiem. People fucking love Michiem. I think he does all of her speaking. um tuning for like concerts and stuff. He is the fucking goat when it comes to naturalistic singing. Like it sounds so fucking realistic. Him and Kira, I'd like to argue. Kira is like fucking crazy. Kira is like the Britney Spears of Vocaloid. Don't mind the robotic or human voice. The music just got, yeah, right. It's got a bop, and I understand that a lot of people don't like some songs depending on the tuning, just because it can be a little grating. There's a lot of squeaks to it. It can be a little staticky. Um, but I think it's charming. I think it's neat. Then the next huge song, I like this song just because it's a classic, is Melt by Rio. Rio's a fucking legend. Melt is the fucking song. That is the song that inspired a lot of the breakout stars in the Vocaloid community. So, like, I think I want to say Deko Nina, Wowaka, and Hachi. Those are the ones that kind of come up from the top of my head. You'd have to agree. Agree to what? That it didn't sound good, or you sometimes people like it like natural, or that it's kind of squeaky. Because I get that, staticky. Some people don't like that noise. But yeah, those are huge fucking like producers that like listen to Melt and they're like, fuck, I gotta start making music. Wawaka, as I just mentioned, made Rolling Girl. If you don't know Rolling Girl, that's like, what the fuck? There's been so many like animation memes. There's Undertale had a huge one using Rolling Girl. We'll probably listen to it later. I don't know. Everybody fucking loved Rolling Girl. Wawaka was a legend. Rest in peace, King. And VG Person, and also I want to say Forgetful Subs. They're not producers, but they were translators. They were doing the Lord's work back in the day. Cause what happened, what was going on is a lot of the Vocaloid songs were uploaded to the Japanese streaming website Nico Nico Doga, which is basically just Japanese YouTube. And what VG Person and Forgetful Subs would do is they would grab the videos from there, translate them, and then upload them to YouTube, and that's how they were more accessible to a Western audience. So I think that's really cool. I wanted to throw those two into there because I feel like without them, Vocaloid would not be as prevalent in the West as it is. Let's see. Miku becoming popular started a domino effect of interest in vocal synthesizers in general, which is crazy that this fucking twin-tailed, blue-haired bitch is the one that kind of spiraled into interest in the vocal synths, which is really cool. Because vocal synths have been used for a long-ass time. I think they've been around since at least the 90s, I want to say. I can't really remember. I feel like, what is it? What's that song? Like, touch me and then just push me till I can get my satisfaction. That is a text to, it's a text to or a text to speech, but it is on beat, so I think I would categorize it as a vocal synthesizer. Vocaloid was actually created not with making original songs in original songs. They didn't have that in mind. I think it was actually made for backup singers in case you needed a backup singer for your song. So it was really interesting. Or if you wanted to make a like a demo and you didn't want to use your own voice and kind of mess with the musical notes yourself. Because all that was needed some boldness, and they had it. Definitely. Speaking of the West getting interested in Vocaloid, guess what? Guess the fuck what? You guys know fucking Nyan Cat? That is a Hatsune Miku song called Nyan 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 Nyan. It's Hatsune Miku singing that, and everybody was like obsessed with Hatsune Miku in the West when fucking Nyan Cat became a thing, which is crazy to me. Like, everybody was listening to Vocaloid at a certain point, and they didn't even fucking know it, because, haha, funny Pop-Tart cat. You know? That's crazy to me. Anyways, next slide. Let's talk about the anatomy of Hatsune Miku and what makes her so popular. It's impossible to not know Nyan Cat. It's Nyan Cat, by the way. It's not Nyan Cat, it's not Neon Cat, it's fucking Nyan Cat, okay? That's how you say a cat meow in Japanese. It's Nyan Cat. Thank you. That was a public service announcement. I remember coming to the States after living in Japan, and everybody's like, man, I love Neon Cat. And I was like, what the fuck is that? It's not Neon Cat. It's not Neon Cat. It's Neon Cat, okay? Okay, cool. Funny Muffin Cat. It was the Pop-Tart cat. I'm sorry. That was the one that got popular. I'm just stating facts. Anyways, anatomy of a Hatsune Miku. One of the biggest selling points on Miku was the concept of a character voice, which was not inherent to Miku, but it was kind of a newer concept at the time. Usually people would just get a vocal synthesizer, they would put a name or like a number to it, and then they would just kind of, use it for whatever else. Just the funny cat. Let's not be enemies here. Yeah, it was a funny cat that was in space or something, or some shit. Sure, there were other character voices before Miku, like Kaito and Mako, but unfortunately they didn't have the marketability of Hatsune Miku, because one was a man, the other one was a mature woman, unfortunately. Not very attention grabby. And I'm not gonna lie. Kaito's original design, not a huge fan of. It's just a dude in a lab coat with a scarf. I'm sorry. Sometimes he's naked and weird. But yeah, none of them seem to resonate like Miku did. People took this and went fucking bananas with it. Miku could be anything. She's malleable. She's fucking clay. She can be all sorts of fucking characters. Nothing is canon, and yet everything is canon. It's so fucking cool. That's why she has so many different outfits for her concerts. She has different attitudes. I love Miku. Yeah, but as long as you meet like some certain criteria, you use Hatsune Miku, people could easily recognize that a character is supposed to be Miku. It's so fucking cool. So here's the fucking anatomy, alright? Head, no thoughts. You can put whatever the fuck you want in there. Let's all love Miku, yes! Yeah, head, no thoughts. Empty. Put whatever the fuck you want in there. Voice, this. This is Vocaloid. This is what Vocaloid's interface looks like. She can be anything. It can be double-edged sword. It can be a double-edged sword, but she can be anything. It's fucking crazy. And like, Krypton really, I think what Krypton did right was they kind of embraced everything. They didn't say, I mean, at first, they were kind of more, she was an idol character, so they wanted her to have a squeaky clean image. At the time, like, in the early days, they kind of, they wanted to lean more towards, like, melt and tell your world, and, World is Mine, the cutesy songs, but then they had really embraced, like, the more darker stuff, because that just comes with Vocaloid. Like, you can't separate the two. Like her weird Twitter account. Yeah, CFM Miku is fucking awesome. She shitposts a lot on there. Question mark for some reason. Nico, come on, man. Make up your mind. Actually met my best friend because I helped him buy a Miku hat at Anime Con. Nice! See? Miku brings people together. Next part of Miku. Tie. Her tie is so important. I think all across, it's not that important, but like it helps with the design. It's really cool. She's very futuristic looking. She looks like a schoolgirl. I think that's why she's really popular. She looks like a schoolgirl, okay? But tie. Boots? Question mark. Also socks. Cool. They have the little black piano keys on them, which I think is really cute. Big ass fucking twin tails, which have been shrinking every year. Future singer schoolgirl. That's what, like, people really, like, liked it. Her fucking twin tails were huge back in the day. They've been shrinking more and more as the years go by for some fucking reason. But they used to be big and fluffy. And that's what everybody loves about her, is her stupid fucking twin tails. Her associated color is, like, it's cyan. But a lot of people like to interchange it between blue, cyan, and green. Green mostly because she has a little leak. That's her character item. For some reason, Krypton always had to have a character item with the character. So, Kaito has ice cream. Mako has... Oh, fuck, what does she like? Oh, fuck, I forget. She's my favorite one. Hold on. Mako. Fuck. Mako character item. Ozeki 1 cup. Oh, she likes sake. That's what she likes. Mako likes sake because she's a mature woman and I fucking love her. She's alcoholic like me. Oh, fuck. Miku has her leek. Rin likes oranges. Len likes bananas. And Luca likes octopi, I think. Let me double check. Luca character item. Tuna. She likes tuna. She loves a frozen tuna. She always, like, back in the old days, you'll see music videos of them with their, like, respective, like, your old ass music videos, like, the respective items. Luca was always seen with a giant, like, fuck off frozen tuna. Yeah, Mako likes sake. That was her fucking, like, that was her whole thing when she was drunk. It's funny that they threw in an item for the sake of having it. Yeah, I mean, like, it's quirky, but, like, it adds a little bit to the character. She's cute. That's a big reason why people like her. She's had a cutesy character. No ass. She's just a girl. She is just a girl. Stupid fucking sleeves. Every goddamn fan Vocaloid always had these stupid fucking sleeves. I had these stupid fucking sleeves when I was in middle school because I was a stupid fucking kid that loved Vocaloid. I made them out of tights. But they looked cool and everybody was like, oh my god, you look just like a Vocaloid. And I was like, yes, I know. Thank you. That's Anatomy of Miku. So you take these very general ideas, slap them on any kind of character, and it's going to be Miku. There are more. There's question mark. Or something. It's all freaking Miku. It's all Miku. This is Miku. This is Miku. This is Miku. This is Miku. It's all Miku, except this one. This isn't Miku. This was a girl that was in the Hello, How Are You music video. Sometimes they don't use Miku in the videos. Which, lame. No, it's not. You might be Miku. Everybody's Miku. I'm Miku. Wait. Hold on. I gotta hide this real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can make a change real quick. I don't know if it's gonna work because my hair is red. It doesn't work. My hair's red. No, it doesn't work. Okay, whatever. It doesn't work. I was gonna try and make my hair blue, but nope. There's actually a huge debate on whether or not Miku's hair is blue or green, but it's obviously cyan. And also people can make it whatever the fuck color they want because who cares? It's Hatsune Miku. You're gonna be able to tell it's Hatsune Miku. Oh, why does that This Isn't Miku look so familiar? She was from, I don't know. I don't know if she's from anything else, but I do know that she was known for the Hello, How Are You music video. It's fucking bleen. But yeah, a lot of people just like to interchange it with blue or green. Some people just make her hair fucking red, like in this one. This is from the Fox's wedding. By forget his name. He makes a lot of like ecchi Miku songs. Masa Works Design. He loves making ecchi Miku songs. This is Miku if she were an evil lesbian. This is Miku from Deep Sea Girl. Another classic. It's more of a classic Miku design because, I mean, it's just straight up Miku. She's just in a black dress and underwater. This is Hagane Miku, I think. She's not really a derivative of Miku, kind of, but she's the OG, like, metal Miku. Edgy or ecchi? Ecchi. he has a fucking song called Soap Lagoon that's about prostitutes. So take that as you will. He's got a lot of songs like that. This is Hagane Miku. She was for the metal side of Miku because a lot of Utsupi, and I don't know who else would make. I don't know who else makes metal Vocaloid music, but he's kind of like the guy for metal Vocaloid. You can make her do screamo. I've done it before. But she does screamo as well, which is really cool. The newer songs are much better at doing it, just because we had the technology. This is Vampire Miku. Everybody, if you watch VTubers, you're gonna know this fucking image. It's a Hatsune Miku song by Dekonina. But that's Vampire Miku. This is Matryoshka Miku by Hachi, also known as Kenshi Yonezu, also known as the guy who fucking made the Chainsaw Man. He made the Chainsaw Man opening, and he made a Boku no Hero opening. He made Peace Sign. You missed the chance to get that Vampire Miku figure. Yeah, everybody fucking loves Vampire Miku. It's kind of crazy. This is Miku from Clockwork Piero. Another really awesome song. I very much suggest it. But this is the girl from Hello, How Are You? She was featured in the music video. This isn't Miku. So guess what? They made her Miku for the fucking games, because everybody's like, why isn't it Miku? They made her Miku. Everybody's Miku. If you're not Miku, you can simply be made Miku. We have the technology. But guess what? These are not Hatsune Miku. We will talk about them. They Miku'd her. These are weird, I don't know how to... Miku adjacent, I guess. These are Miku adjacent. Alright? Unless your hair is red, apparently. Sometimes Miku has red hair. I've seen Hagane Miku with red hair. Sometimes they just want to give her red hair. I don't know what to say. As long as she has the big-ass twin tails and stupid little sleeves, she's still Miku. So these guys are not Miku. But they are mistaken for Miku constantly. Especially these two. These two over here. These are almost always mistaken for Miku. And it doesn't help that, they both have Vocaloid songs. So... These aren't Hatsune Miku, but they both have songs about them featuring Miku. It could be very confusing. So these two are the big ones. So this is Black Rock Shooter. If you've been a weeb since 2005, I'm pretty sure you know who Black Rock Shooter is. She's not Miku, but she is a character design by Huke. She just is a girl with a big fuck off gun. And she's a Black Rock Shooter, and she's fucking awesome. She had she's had a couple of games, couple animes. Black Cock Shooter! Yeah, let's go! Black Cock Shooter! But she's literally just a girl in a bikini with a big trench coat and looks cool and has twin tails and is blue. So, understandable that people would mistake her for Miku. Because Miku was really popular at the time, so everybody would be like, oh, what song is she from? None. She's just a girl. In fact, it got so fucking, everybody would always get so confused with her that Ryo, the guy who made Melt, he approached Huke and he was like, can I make a song based off Black Rock Shooter? And we'll just call it Black Rock Shooter. And he was like, yeah, cool. So there's a song called Black Rock Shooter by Ryo that is based on Black Rock Shooter and is sung by Hatsune Miku. So it's the best of both worlds, and it's a fucking banger. I highly recommend it. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is I think there's a weird copyright thing surrounding Black Rock Shooter just because she has her own games. If Black Rock Shooter, the song, is featured in one of Hatsune Miku's rhythm games, Project Diva or Project Mirai, there will never be a character model that you can use that actually resembles Black Rock Shooter. Which kind of sucks because I think that'd be really cool. You thought the song came... No. It was Black Rock Shooter's design came out first. There was so much confusion that Rio was just like, let's just do it. Let's just make a song about it. And they did. But yeah, I think there's just like some copyright issues. But the in any official game, Black Rock Shooter will actually never make an appearance with the song, which kind of sucks, but I guess I kind of get it. The second character that gets mistaken a lot for Miku is Ene. Ene is a song from Kagaru Project, which is an entirely Vocaloid-based musical project, music concept compilation. She is an unrelated character to Hatsune Miku. She just happens to look like her. I don't know why. Her character color in that series, it's just like about a bunch of kids that have supernatural powers that has to do with sight. Ene is, and stay with me here. She is an AI, kind of. She's an AI that is blue with twin tails. Kind of like Hatsune Miku, but not really. But she's from a song called... Fuck, I don't even know what her song is. Kage Pro songs. No. Is it Headphone? No, it's not Headphone Actor. I guess if it sort of looks like Hatsune, it's bound to bring some attention. For sure, yeah. And I mean, like I said, Black Rock Shooter was made separate from Hatsune Miku. She just happened to look like her when she was getting really big. Which, I mean, it's really cool for Huke. Because, like, he got to monetize the shit out of Black Rock Shooter, which is awesome. I think the original video actually features Hatsune Miku, because this does not look like Ene at all. It just kind of looks like Hatsune Miku. But Ene's song in Kage Pro is called Jinso Enemy, and this is like, I feel like this is a fan music video. Like, that's fan art. That's just Hatsune Miku. Because that is not Ene. Jinso Enemy, or Artificial Enemy. But the thing that kind of sucks with Ene, though, is that she's forever going to be associated with Miku because her song is sung by Miku. So there's a lot of confusion there. But if you have the time, Kage Pro has a lot of songs, but it's a really cool concept album. I highly recommend it. There's actually an anime about it if you prefer to watch that. The anime, because it's based off of a concept album, the pacing is a little weird. It's definitely an anime made for people that are familiar with Kage Pro. So I highly recommend just watching or listening through Kage Pro first, then watching the anime. And then just like reading the wiki if you really want to get into it. But yeah, the only thing is, like, she's forever just going to be known as like the Kage Pro character that looks like Miku. Like, I think there's only 2 songs that are sung by Miku in Kage Pro. The rest is by another Vocaloid owned by a different company called Ia. I guess the problem with this is that they shine under someone else's light. Yeah, it's a little sad, but like I said, a lot of people already like Black Rock Shooter by herself because she does have a lot of games and stuff. Like, she has games, she has her own anime. Ene is mostly known because of Vocaloid. She's forever going to be tied to Hatsune Miku, which I don't think is a bad thing. Because a lot of people who like Vocaloid they love Kage Pro. When Mikaku City Actors, the anime for Kage Pro, was released, everybody was going fucking nuts. Like, they couldn't wait to see the characters, or especially Ene. And here's a meme, just like, select all images below with Hatsune Miku. I already know that it's going to be this one, this one, this one. I don't think she is. That's not Miku, I don't think. I think it's just these 3. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe this one. Not 100% sure. But yeah, those are mistaken Mikus. Next, we're going to look at Miku's Dodas. So these girls were born from Miku. So these are basically derivatives that have evolved to become their own characters, separate from Miku, which is really weird. But okay, what? Okay. Miku's a mom. Hold on, I need something to drink. But yeah, Miku's a mom. Hagane Miku, technically, is a derivative, but I wouldn't say so because she still is very much Hatsune Miku. Milfku. But these characters definitely stand on their own. Haha, got you with that first slide. This actually isn't Hatsune Miku. This is Shita Yanyo by Puzzle 1157XXX on Pixiv. It's a joke character pretty much. It's not Hatsune Miku. It's just some fucking thing. You'll see it a lot. This is actually officially recognized by Krypton. All of these characters are officially recognized by Krypton and have either made an appearance in like official merch, official games, or official concerts, which is fucking crazy. Japanese culture can be kind of interesting with their choices. Yeah, for sure. But this is Kaneka, and this is Shitanyanyo. Shitanyanyo is she's a shitpost. Like, she's not really Miku. You got bamboozled for real, bitch. But Kaneka, I feel like, is the coolest one out of all these guys, because fucking look at her. Kaneka, I feel was... I don't know if she was made for it or if she was already a character, but she is a character by Dino, who is a 3D modeler. I think he had, oh my god, Kaneka in some Utsupi music videos just because she's so fucking cool looking. Didn't know you needed to be educated about Miku till today. Thank you for coming in. Exactly. There's a lot going on with Miku. But I say, at least I will consider something I will consider something a derivative if they have their own name. Hagane Miku and Zatsune Miku, they change like one letter. Whatever. Who cares? There's still Hatsune Miku. Kaneka is a completely different fucking beast altogether. It is like a fucking eldritch abomination that is taking the form of Hatsune Miku, which I think is so fucking cool. But she's known from the song Bacterial Contamination, which is so fucking cool because I feel like that was like the first big song that fucked around with body horror in Vocaloid, because it's got a lot of body horror in it. It's really cool. It's a very, like, sorry to say it, if you guys know who Ash Nico is, she made a song with Hatsune Miku, and I feel like she watched Bacterial Contamination. She was like, we're gonna make that, and it wasn't very successful in my opinion. But Bacterial Contamination, please look it up. It's so fucking awesome. It's so good if you like body horror, like eldritch stuff. But Kaneka is basically just like a Mantis Miku, eldritch abomination. She has a fucking she has bug parts and robot parts that are in the shape of bug parts. It's so fucking cool. Kaneka is awesome. I love Kaneka. And then we have these two over here. These two are the... Kaneka's also been not like a big concert, but she has been seen performed on an official projection, which is huge, because when you think of Hatsune Miku, you don't want to think of Kaneka, at least like company-wise. Like, imagine... Well, I guess Hololive has already, like, kind of stepped into that a little bit, I feel. Like, imagine if Hololive all of a sudden had a variant of Gura that was actually, like, a Eldritch Abomination, or, like, Ina, if they stepped a little bit further into horror with that. It's so fucking cool. Animalistic mechanical body horror. It's so fucking awesome. She's so cool. I love Kaneka. And Krypton officially recognizing her is huge, because it's just like, whoa, they care about like this genre too. But these two are also shitpost characters. They're shitpost derivatives. I think they kind of were created on 2chan. But basically with these guys, they were made with Hatsune Miku in mind, but they're basically their own characters. So this is Haku, and she was created to embody producers that make Miku sound bad. So the thing with Haku is, like, she's also an alcoholic. and she just slurs. So she was made to embody like people who don't know how to tune Miku. And this is Neru. Um, I have to double check, but I believe she was made to embody people who just like do nothing but find everything negative to say about Vocaloid songs. So that's why like Triple Baka had her in it. But with Triple Baka, she was kind of like the annoyed characters. Like she didn't want to be there. That was her personality. Is that she's a tsundere, pretty much. She has these two actually have their own songs too, but it's a little weird. So if you see something that says featuring Haku or featuring Neru, this can also get a little confusing because Neru is also a name of a Vocaloid producer. So I think from now on, whenever I'm talking about the producer, I'm going to say Neru P, even though he doesn't have a P in his name, and then just Neru by herself if I'm talking about the character. Because Neru is huge. These two are officially recognized by Krypton, and they've been in multiple Hatsune Miku games, which is really cool. Because that's just them kind of like giving a nod to the fandom, which I think is really cool when big corpos do that. But Neru, I feel especially is like huge because she's a tsundere, and I think the only tsundere like character, quote unquote character that they have in within CFM is like Rin, which is funny because they're both yellow. I just realized that they have like similar uniforms, but I always like Haku. I think she's cute. So if you see like a picture of, and these two their character items, because they have their own character items, of course, because they're fan made. Haku is always seen with like alcohol of some kind, and Neru's always seen with a phone, because the phone kind of like shows that she doesn't care about anything, that she just kind of like likes to talk big. But yeah, they're pretty much their own characters, officially recognized by Krypton, which is really fucking cool. All of these characters are officially recognized by Krypton, which is hilarious because like 3 of them are shitposts. So that's so funny. Next, we're talking about Vocaloid producers, baby! This is why music with Miku. This is why music with Miku freaking rocks. I'm an LGBT. I'm bi. So I like indie music. Alright? And indie music does what indie music does best, and it's about like really, it's usually about more depressive. Eat pizza with Miku. Eat pizza with Miku. But indie music is usually depressing and dark and indie music. But with that, and I'll talk more about it later, music featuring those themes was kind of unheard of. Not unheard of, but it wasn't really like, people weren't encouraging it back in the music scene in Japan, at least back in the day. It's basically like the MCR of like Japanese music. It has cute, unique, charming vocals, very cool to quirked up people. Again, like I said, it's understandable how it's not everybody's preference, because some people just think that the voice can be grating, and I completely understand that. Everyone tunes her differently, so like I said, Miku is basically, or like any vocal synthesizer really, it's an instrument. People use it differently. Like the drums, right? It's pretty straightforward. Everybody's drum set almost pretty much looks the same. You have the same like bass equipment, just the way that people use it and organize it from each other is different. So you put, say like Taylor Hawking, Taylor Hawking, rest in peace, and Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. They both drum very differently. If you have them drum, or if you had one drum and then the next one drum, you can tell who's who, because they have their own style pretty much, which is really cool, because you can have like Miku, she pretty much has range, is what I'm trying to say, and that's really hard to do with a real life singer, just because like people have their own lanes and they kind of stick to it. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's hard to flex that with a real life singer rather than like a voice synthesizer where you can mold it however you want. With Miku, she's already pretty like experimental, so a lot of people went crazy with it and made like narratively driven conceptual songs so cool. She's adaptable and flexible. Precisely. The dichotomy of Miku singing for the producer is also really cool. A lot of people like to play with that idea in songs. We'll talk about one later. But I think Louis Zong made a song, like a Miku quartet. Basically, it's basically Hatsune Miku singing about her own existence and how she was made to sing, and she is not an individual. It's a little depressing. Let me actually pull it up real quick. It's a little depressing. Hold on, let me turn it up so you can hear it. Oh, YouTube's doing that really annoying thing where it's messing up. The Miku version was fan made. No, this is a oh god, I already scrolled to the next page on here. This is an original song by Louis Zong. Come on!
Stars and moon, nothing but it's up to you. I'll sing your song, that's all I ever do.
There's more, but like that's pretty much the gist of it. It's a little, it's a little very contemplative. Oh, yeah. You might be thinking of the one that he used with Eleanor Forte, which was Eleanor Forte's Synthy that we just listened to. At least I think it was made up with Eleanor Forte. But yeah, a lot of people like to do these things. And also, like, look at this fucking alumni. It's fucking crazy. We have Kenshi Yonezu, known as Hachi back in the day. Hachi P. He made Peace Signing Kickback, like I said. Hello World, I think that might be what you're thinking of. Kenshi Yonezu is fucking huge in Japan right now. He's one of the biggest music stars. I know he's made more like anime openings than just those two, but those are the only two that I know. But like when he made Peace Sign and it came out as like a My Hero Academia opening, I was so fucking psyched. I was like, holy shit, my boy made it! He made it! We're so back, bro! It was so fucking awesome. Because it's just like, dude, Vocaloid producers don't make live stream, didn't make not live stream. Didn't make like music for anime. And now we have fucking anime or Vocaloid producers everywhere producing music for anime, especially like Chainsaw Man. I was like, dude, these were all Vocaloid producers. What the fuck? Oh, pretty much all. Not every single one. But it's so fucking awesome. Wawaka, rest in peace. He's from the band Hitorie. That was a band that he formed after he retired from making Vocaloid music. But he's known for One Me Two Hearts. I'm not familiar with the anime that it's from, but it is an opening for an anime. Let me actually look it up real quick, see if it means anything to anybody. But One Me Two Hearts is such a fucking banger. I definitely recommend you watch or you listen to it. It's the Divine Gate opening, but it's such a good song. Wawaka is he was so talented, dude. And then we have Mafu Mafu, which if you know a VTuber from a little company called Hololive, you know that he was mixed in with some drama there. And then he's also I didn't even know this motherfucker was a VTuber until like last year. Like, it's crazy. He started making made music with Hatsune Miku, and then he's huge in the Utaite scene, which is an entirely different scene that I don't want to get into right now. But pretty much they cover Vocaloid songs. They're human Vocaloid singers. But he was an Utaite, still is, I guess. But he's a VTuber also now. Him and his BFF Soraru. I didn't know this motherfucker was a VTuber till like last year. But he was he started out with Vocaloid. It's fucking crazy. Indie music. Indie music. I love indie music. So, because of Miku's niche circle when first coming into popularity, i.e. the internet, where you can fucking say and do whatever you want, indie music does what it does best, and it's free from the restrictions of big label filters. I don't want to get too much into like music labels and stuff because that's a whole beast on its own, and it sucks. And also, I'm not well versed enough in it to like really comment about it. But I feel like because music labels are the way that they are, they're big companies, there are a lot of restrictions that you have with that. So there's a lot of things that you can't do if you're signed on to a label. However, if you're indie, you can do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to make songs about how you want to fucking kill yourself, you can. If you want to make a song about...
Songs about what?
Songs about wanting to fucking off yourself. You can make songs about that. If you want to make songs about how you're sad, you can do that. You did not just say it. I sure fucking did. Because guess what?
Hey, it's called unaliving.
Unaliving yourself. Be careful with YouTube. This video, or this VOD's already going to be like... It's already going to be unmonetized. I don't monetize any of my live streams. If it gets taken down, I have the VOD. I can just upload it to Drive and everybody can watch it there. I don't care. All right, I'm not making money off of this from YouTube. I can say whatever I want. Also, I think I'm pretty far enough into like, who cares, right? Which, and hey, if I do that, it'll make it a lot more accessible to you guys because if this is not monetizational, at least for YouTube, there's not going to be ads on it, so. You guys don't have to watch ads. But yeah, you can, bottom line, you can make songs with really dark themes and nobody cares and people will like it. Like, well, it's not guaranteed that people will like it, but you can do whatever you want. Who cares? You don't have a big label that you have to like, they have to be worried about. So, although the first big Miku songs were pop songs, like I said, Melt and Tell Your World, it's more fitting for an idol, many found Miku as a voice for their more emotionally driven songs. So then now you have a bunch of songs that have like really relatable themes. So there's a joke with Vocaloid music that it sounds really happy but is really depressing when you actually look into the lyrics. And, you know, people that resonate with these songs are obviously gonna like share it with their friends, so it makes a domino effect of mostly Miku because these songs were fronted by Hatsune Miku. Not all of them, but a lot of them were. Her and Kagamine Rin, they were some of the bigger ones, especially with Neru P, making a lot of like darker themed stuff. This is especially huge with the Japanese music scene, because during the time, you know, they want it squeaky clean, you're able to play it in stores, but when it comes to indie music, you do whatever you want, so you get more of this edgy, darker themed things, so it's really cool. Oh, for me, don't mind if I do. Oh, nice little go-go juice for me. Oh, that gets my shit together. But yeah, I didn't do a lot of research into this. This is just kind of more by vibes, especially like in recent times because of Ado. But yeah, I feel like the Japanese music industry it's not a huge fan of dark depressive themes. They really like cheery pop music because they're like, everything's fine, we're okay, everything's a-okay. um when it comes to depressive themes or like rebellious themes, they want a more clean picture, pretty much. uh this was just this is an assumption purely based off of observation. When Ado's Use wa came out, people went fucking nuts. They were like, this is so vulgar. They shouldn't be playing this on radio. It's like, it's a song saying, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, it. And the reason, and I had it in the last slide, I kind of glossed over him. Shudo, who produced Usewa, he's a Vocaloid producer. He also made, oh fuck, what did he make? It was a big Hololive song to cover. Fuck, I'm blanking on it. It's something Choco Decoration. Bitter Choco Decoration. He made that song. I think he also made Quiet Room. No, it might have been somebody else. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Who made Quiet Room? Oh, never mind. Yuki-san made Quiet Room, not Shudo. But yeah, Shudo made Usewa, or produced Usewa, and had Ado sing it. And it was a really big, like, it was a big target for fucking, I don't know, a lot of parents didn't like it because they didn't like the theme, they didn't like the language. But the thing about it is, it was produced by a Vocaloid producer who's known for tackling dark and rebellious themes. And that just kind of like shook the fucking industry. This song was so popular, it was playing in stores on the radio. It's like hearing fuck while you're at Walmart. Like imagine hearing fucking System of a Down while you're shopping at Walmart. That's kind of what it was. But yeah, it was huge. Kind of like upended the fucking industry. So that's why I kind of put that in there. Is that these aren't themes that are often explored. People saw Miku as more family friendly image. Well, yeah, absolutely, of course. Especially, I mean, huge props to Krypton for like embracing the darker sides of Miku. They had a fucking Utsu-P song, for, in the lineups for a Magical Mirai, which is fucking crazy. People never thought that Utsu-P would be able to have a song in Magical Mirai. If you don't know, Magical Mirai is a yearly huge fucking concert. I want to say it's for Hatsune Miku's anniversary usually, but it's a big concert that they tour around once a year. But yeah, I mean, Hatsune Miku, definitely, you want to be able to have her be a family-friendly image just for advertising purposes. But she's really known for her darker songs, which is so fucking interesting to me. Because it's like you have this very family-friendly, she was in a Pocky commercial. She was in a commercial with fucking Scarlett Johansson. I think, no. Yes, Scarlett Johansson. She was in. If you haven't seen the meme, we're gonna watch it right now. She was in a commercial. She was in a fucking conditioner commercial with Scarlett Johansson. What the fuck? Hey Miku, it's Scarlett. Yeah, we're gonna watch it right now.
Hi Miku, this is Scarlett. Being true to who you are makes all your dreams possible.
Hi Miku, this is Scarlett. But yeah, you want that family-friendly imagery. for advertising purposes, it's so fucking funny. There's a longer commercial. If you want to go watch that, please look up like Hatsune Miku conditioner commercial. It's so fucking funny. It sounds so phoned in, yeah. It's just like she was given a cameo and she's like, all right, I'm getting paid for it. It's so funny. Like, I remember when that came out, everybody was like, what the fuck is this? It's so good. It's so good. Look it up. A fucking Hatsune Miku shampoo commercial. It's so fucking good. Yeah, you can't make money with an icon if it has a darker side to it. But at the same time, if you reject that darker side to it, you kind of lose your fandom, which is the backbone of your fucking vocal synthesizer anime girl. You know, like you need to embrace both. And what Krypton does, I think, is really cool because they choose the fandom over advertising, and I think it's really awesome because you don't see a lot of companies do that, or respect it even. But yeah, a lot of these songs are some of the darker ones, and like I have a couple of like the cheery sounding ones. Is there a cat? Yep, there she goes. I have a couple examples of like the cheery sounding ones that like are actually really depressing. So Rolling Girl, of course, is the big one. Rolling Girl is about a girl who contemplates suicide, and her struggles about fitting in. It's by Waboka. And one of my favorite parts about Rolling Girl is that there's no definitive, like, answer to it, I suppose. I believe the ending lyrics are, it's all right, I'll stop your breath now. And it ends with a girl being embraced by somebody else. And it's not really known whether or not, like, there's a bad ending, or if there's a good ending. It just ends. And I think that's why Rolling Girl is so fucking awesome. I love Rolling Girl. I can cry about Rolling Girl, dude. I really can't cry about it. I fucking love that song. That was one of the first songs that I listened to when I was starting to get into Hatsune Miku. Of course, like the very first one was Triple Baka, duh. But I think that was one of the first like really deep songs. It's such an open topic, so, yeah, precisely. So it's so fucking, and like the favorite. We gotta listen. We gotta listen to it. Ah! My favorite part about it is it just ends. It has this big crescendo and it just cuts off. It's so fucking good. Here's a couple other songs. You're a Useless Child by Kikuo. That's one of the more popular ones. It's like Kimi wa dekinai, dekinai, dekinai no. That's one of the like upbeat songs that is actually really depressing. This is a song by Hachi by Mr. Kenshi Yonezu. Another huge thing that I loved about Kenshi Yonezu is that he illustrated all of his own, or not all of them, but most of his own music videos. In case you didn't know, Kenshi Yonezu illustrates. More you know. I fucking love Kenshi Yonezu. This is from Lin or Rine. I really like this song. This song is about, well, it's a more abstract song, but it has a lot of like themes of like train tracks looping into each other, being trapped. I personally like kind of think of it as like somebody who's trapped in their own mind. They just repeat. It's like they're aware of their own behaviors, but they're kind of like trapped in their mindset. It's a really good song. I highly recommend it. It's one of those songs that's a little hard on the ears. I feel like just because of the age and like the aesthetic of it, but it's such a good song. I fucking love it. I love Rine. That was like one of my first Hachi songs. Hachi was like, ooh, Hachi and Wawaka were like huge to me back when I was like baby Doqmeets, you know? Hello, How Are You is a big one. I actually know the choreography for this one by heart because I practiced the fuck out of it. If I ever get a 3D model and I like can do it, sure, whatever, I'll fucking dance it. I know the choreography to it. I could be a real idol. But Hello, How Are You? This is a song about, word for word from the producer who made it. It's about people who think they're worthless. It's a dog idol. But yeah, it's about people who think that they're worthless, and like if you really read into the lyrics, you'll see it. But it's one of those cheery songs that are actually, it's really depressing. This one is "Irony" by Scott. This one is about not wanting to grow up and taking the responsibility that comes with growing up and not knowing what to do with that responsibility and wishing you were just a child. So hold on, let me move out of the way so you can see the character. That one fucking hits hard. It's just like, you can tell that there's so much frustration written into that song. Like, oh, that's another one that kind of makes me cry if I think a little too hard about it. Because it's so fucking real. Like, you don't get that from fucking pop music. At least I don't think. It's like, and it's a fucking vocal synthesizer. This is it's a piano that sings. And you can just, like, in the vocals, you can hear, like, tension and strain, and, like, sometimes Miku sounds like she's about to fucking cry. Like, that song is so fucking depressing to me, because it's about, like, what do I do with all this responsibility now that I'm an adult? Like, this is something that I wanted, now I have it, I don't know what to do with it, and it's making me frustrated, but I guess I have no choice but to keep going on. Like, what else am I gonna do? Like, come on! What the fuck? It's not, and it's not a human singing it. That's the wild part. It is a robot, but it is a human who writes it. And I think a lot of people, especially in Japanese culture, because it's just so, like, so punishing about, it punishes showing emotional vulnerability. And I kind of get that because I'm Asian. I like, what the fuck? You get punished if you show emotional vulnerability. So a lot of people took solace in the fact that it wasn't their voice necessarily that was saying these words, but she was their voice. She was delivering the message that they wanted to deliver, which is awesome. This one is Baloney Speaker by Nekobolo. Also a song that really got me through middle school. I love Baloney Speaker. That one tackles the themes of feeling worthless in school, not feeling like you're ever enough, and like kind of self-destructing with those ideas because you just kind of believe them. Oh god. Everywhere that's sort of starting to happen, which makes these songs a lot more relatable. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Like, it's so good, and it's like, it's so freeing in the fact that you can find a way to deliver these messages in a way that's meaningful and can, like, touch people. Not like, you know, in a weird way, but like, you know, it reaches people, and it's awesome, and it's cool, and I think it's really awesome and cool and neat. That's gonna be a lot of this presentation, is it's cool. It's like, these are the songs that really have made me fall in love with Vocaloid and with Miku. It's not direct, but it is. Like, it's so fucking awesome. It's like, it's giving a voice to people who feel like they don't have a voice, if that makes sense. It's so fucking awesome. I'm gonna cry during this maybe, because guess what, motherfuckers? It's coming up, just you wait. It shows the point without being so blunt. Exactly. It's so perfect for the audience that it was in. So now we're going to talk about different Miku tuning. We're pivoting, guys. We're pivoting. So with Miku being a voice for people, obviously different producers are going to have a different voice, even though it's all just Miku. I wanted to do a full listen through of Not a Devil. I actually think Iron Mouse just came out with a cover of this, but I need you guys to listen to the original of this, because it's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking cool. Especially with, like, Deco Nina has been going crazy with the collabs lately, which, like, that's awesome. Or at least when this came out. Hold on. Cat wants to come in or out? I don't know. Cat? No cat. Okay, word. But yeah, everybody has their own way of tuning Miku. And this song is a really good example of it because it has two producers that have very unique styles and puts them right next to each other. So aside from musically, aside from like the music portion, because there are some music styles that are unique to both Dekonina and Pinocchio. Like Pinocchio really likes to put his own voice into the songs, which I think are really cool. So you'll hear his voice chanting in it. And Dekonina usually has really good Miku choruses. So you'll hear those in it, but when we're speaking, I was trying to find like an isolated vocal version of this just so you could really hear it, but I couldn't find it anywhere and it pissed me off. But anyways, I have some notes down here. I might be covering it up a little bit. I can move myself real quick. Move myself down here. So I have some some tuning notes that I have down here just so you can kind of listen for them while we listen to the song. So with Dekonina is an older. He's a Vocaloid veteran. He's been around since like I want to say like 2008, since the early days. He's been around for a really long ass time. And Pino P is one of a newer. I mean, relatively speaking, he's newer than Dekonina. He's he's a much younger Vocaloid producer. So with Dekonina, you'll notice that when he tunes Miku, he kind of tries to go for a more solid voice. So when I say solid, she has like a strong chest voice, I guess. She's belty. She's not so naturalistic, but a little bit more naturalistic than most people do with Miku. It sounds like she's classic Vocaloid is the way that I would describe it. Very classic. You can still tell that it is a robot singing, but it's tuned just enough to be palatable for most people. On the other hand, with Pinocchio P, with him being newer, he likes to use a cutesy sweet voice. I said sweet to describe a voice earlier with my Utaruloid, but when we talk about sweet, I say imagine like who's a good example? Imagine like Gargura, like that voice in a really cutesy voice, like kind of a younger idol voice. It's meant to be really cute and really sweet sounding, and like I don't know how to explain it. It just sounds sweet. That's usually the terminology that people will use to describe that type of voice, especially with Vocaloid. A childlike voice, pretty much, yeah. He uses a lot of head voice. We actually previewed that earlier when I was playing around with Eleanor Forte. The head voice is a little bit more breathier, a lot higher pitched. So you can see that Pinocchio likes to play in the higher octaves, whereas Dekonina is usually in more neutral. And then she's more synthetic sounding. She's made to sound like she is a synthetic voice. She's an experimentally tuned Vocaloid. He wants you to know that this is a Vocaloid. She is not a person. She sounds like she is a robot. And it's really cool when you put it next to Deko's tuning, so you can really hear the differences between them. So we're going to listen to it real quick, okay? We're going to listen to the whole song. And I'm not going to talk. In fact, I'm going to mute my fucking mic while we listen to it. And that's it. And if you have questions, leave them for the end of the video, okay? Okay, bye. I just realized my microphone was off for that. But yeah, do you guys see what I'm saying? They both have very unique tunings. Nobody else is going to tune the same way that they do. It's so fucking cool. It's so cool. There's a lot of these, if you want to, like, dive more into it, there's a lot of, fans that actually like to make, as if we detected a video on your stream belonging to someone else. Yeah, no shit. Unique, yet it's the same singer, but, like, she sounds different, and nobody else can, like, produce that sound but them. It's so fucking cool! But if you really want to look into it, there's a lot of fans that like to make these videos called, like, so something or other song, but in the style of multiple different producers. And it's really cool because it's somebody challenging themselves to tune like a different producer, and it really shows the difference between how people tune. Like, there are a lot of small little details that you wouldn't notice unless they were, like, put next to another artist, you know? I just thought it was cool. I thought this would be a really fun little, you know, thing to do. No, I don't want to play it again. Next slide. Storytelling, baby! We're doing storytelling. So I mostly did this on one, like, this is a classic, but like I said, Kage Pro is also a concept project. I wouldn't want to say album, but I guess there is an album. Kage Pro is another example of this. I think I put this particular one just because it also uses the Vocaloid characters themselves. But Miku's character design, as well as other Vocaloids / vocal synths, often inspire story-driven songs. I feel like without having Miku as an idea or like as a character, these types of songs would never really exist or be what they are. A lot of these are self-contained stories, are part of a series. Or many of these songs are self-contained stories that will like gain their own micro fandom, which is fucking crazy. Like, they're a fan of Vocaloid, but they're also a fan of the Daughter of Evil, or they're a fan of, like, oh fuck, I forget what it's called, but like there's an Alice in Wonderland song which is really neat that has their own fandom and has a lot of like theories and shit. Then there's Kage Pro. Of course, Kage Pro uses its own original character designs instead of Vocaloid, which I think is really cool. You tend to see that a lot more nowadays. If people have their own like concept projects, like Parties Are for Losers is another one. I highly recommend it. It uses multiple different Vocaloids from different companies. It has its own characters and its own story to tell. But I added this. This is The Daughter of Evil, which is a series by Mothi. It's actually a series within a series. The series is about the 7 deadly sins. Daughter of Evil, I think, is about pride. I can't remember. I don't even have to look it up. But Mothi loves to make these concept songs. It's not Miku. It's mostly about Lin and Ren. It's about Rin and Len. And it's like a medieval telling of this cruel, evil queen or princess. Her servant, who's actually her twin brother or something. I don't fucking know. And then the various people around that her actions affect. I also especially picked this because it's a huge, like, everybody fucking loves this series. I have yet to meet a person that actually like thinks that this is bad. Just because it's so nicely open-ended and such an interesting concept that I understand. This is Berserk. Like, I'm sorry, but this is Berserk. Like, if it leaned more into, like, the shoujo aspect. It's really cool. Because here's the thing about Daughter of Evil. So the first song is Daughter of Evil. By itself, it wasn't a very popular song. People kind of, like, glanced over it, and they're like, this is cool. I really like how Rin is written, but it's a cool little concept song. And then, day after he drops Servant of Evil, both songs immediately explode in popularity. Because what happens is, in Daughter of Evil, it sets up a story of this evil queen. She does really nasty things with her does really nasty things, such as like kill an innocent girl because she steals the attention of a man that she has a crush on. She sends her servant to go do it, to go kill this girl, which is Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku is the girl that gets killed, by the way. Her actions actually spark a war because that girl was like, you know, I can't remember what it was, but she was like, she was just a really important figure, I guess, in a kingdom. And she ends up sparking a war between her kingdom and Hatsune Miku's kingdom. It's fucking sounds stupid, also, by the way. My shit's lagging. Hold on. Nope. Okay, it's good. And at the end of the story, the queen gets sentenced to death and is beheaded by guillotine. But like by itself, like sure, like common shoujo story, right? Servant of Evil comes out. It shows the perspective of the servant who killed Hatsune Miku. And it shows his perspective of the story. He is a servant given to the princess or the queen or whatever. He has strong feelings about her because in most interpretations, they're siblings. So he has really strong feelings because that's his sister. He wants to make sure that she's taken care of. Even if she has really selfish requests, like that's the person that's his person pretty much. But like in a platonic way or whatever, I don't fucking know. But the girl that she gets jealous of is actually a girl that the servant has a crush on. And he doesn't want to do it, but because his sister asked him, he goes through with it. Like it's about being selfless and caring for like one another. Because I don't know if he like, I think the implication is he just accepts her for who she is, and because she is so special to him, he does whatever she wants. When the time comes for the princess to be put to death, what he does is, because they're twins, he actually takes her place, dresses her up as him so she can escape and find, you know, find somewhere to live and just keep living life, while he gets executed in her place. Because they're twins, they look alike, he just puts down his hair and puts on a dress, and he gets executed instead of her, and she gets to live. And it becomes a tragedy. Like, people ate that shit up. Everybody loved that shit. I love that shit. I love Daughter of Evil. And then, really, the first 4 songs are important. I don't know, I didn't really listen to these 2. But these are all by Mafi. And then there was also a stage play. It was that fucking popular that it made a stage play for it. Haven't seen the stage play. I'm not a huge fan of watching Japanese stage plays. I might watch it just to watch it to see how it is. Because they're a little hammy. I'm not gonna lie. They're a little hammy. But I might give it a watch one of these days. And then the third song to come out is Regret Message. And this shows the after effects of it and, like, you know, the regret that the princess has had for everything she has. She ends up penniless, living at a nunnery. And I believe she finds a message that the servant gave her that expresses, you know, his love for her, how much she meant to him, and she just, like, realizes how fucking selfish and awful that she's been, and just kind of repents for it. I think the story ends with her passing away, and then, like, they get reborn as Kagamine, Rin and Len, like, Vocaloids, and they're like, oh my god, we're together again! Yippee! Nothing was learned! Just kidding. I think it's implied that she learns to actually, like, to value him and to not be so selfish and awful. And then the last song that I think is important is Daughter of White. This is actually a song sung by Haku, it's Miku. But this shows a girl that was close to the Miku that Hatsune Miku, or the character that Hatsune Miku represents. They were like best friends. I think she was her servant or something like that, but they were like really close, and she really like admired Hatsune Miku until her, you know, untimely demise. She ends up in the nunnery as a nun with Rin, And there comes a point where like she's like, I have a chance to get revenge for my best friend. But she comes to see her in the middle of regret message where she's sitting there crying because she like realizes her fucking mistakes and how much she's fucked up. And she's like, well shit, I can't kill this girl now. Ah, it's so juicy, it's so good. It's a fucking shoujo anime. It's so fucking good. Highly recommend it. You really just need to watch the first 4. There's like 7 of these. I don't know what the fuck happens past Daughter of White because I don't think they're very relevant. But it's really good. It's so good. I highly recommend Daughter of Evil. Just watch Daughter of Evil, Servant of Evil, Regret Message, and Daughter of White. So fucking good. Now I need to talk to you about Unknown Mother Goose for a moment, or else I'm gonna have a fucking mental breakdown. This has been an excuse to talk about Unknown Mother Goose the whole fucking time. Idiots. We're gonna listen to Unknown Mother Goose. There's no subtitles in this version. This is uploaded by Wawaka, and I wanted to watch that version, but I think I do want subtitles with this, just so you guys can see the translation with the song. Hold on. Because the lyrics are very important in this. The lyrics are very important. So, that's Unknown Mother Goose. That is my most favorite song of all fucking time. Like, when I really start talking about it, I like end up in fucking tears. Stop! Okay. I might start crying. Just a warning. I will start fucking crying. So, that was Unknown Mother Goose by Wowaka, by the way. If you don't remember, that is the producer who sadly passed away. I believe in 2017? 2019. Passed away in 2019. Yeah, of course I am. He passed away in 2019, sadly. But he was very special to everybody because he made Rolling Girl, which was one of the biggest fucking, like, you know, dark themed Vocaloid song that everybody loved, right? He was the Rolling Girl guy. He also made like World's End Dance Hall. He's made so many like such fucking iconic songs. Everybody absolutely loved him. But he had a lot of trials and tribulations when he was making Vocaloid music. Some backstory for that. Wowaka was a legendary Vocaloid producer creating some of the most iconic songs featuring Miku. Like I said, he made Rolling Girl, World's End Dance Hall. Oh shit. He made a bunch of other songs. I can't think of it. Two-Sided Lovers, I think. He made shit, I can't think of the song, but it was like one of the last ones that was basically like saying fuck you to the he was saying fuck you to the Vocaloid fan. It was so funny. It's not funny. It was very serious and very like sad and upsetting. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Two-Faced Lovers, World's End Dance Hall, Unhappy Refrain, that's what it is. I think those were like the really big ones. Tosenbo too. Tosenbo was like with his huge breakout song. But yeah, he was huge. He was a superstar within the Vocaloid circle. However, unfortunately, internet does what the internet does best. Back in the early days, the fandom had a really bad habit of attributing works more so to Miku herself rather than the actual producer. That was more of an issue with the Western side, I think, because like the idea, especially it was a lot of young people, and like the idea of a producer and the singer being separate was not very like I don't think people understood that, especially at that age. And then in the Japanese fandom, there was a lot of course, people get inspired by this, so there's a lot of people that started producing music because of Wowaka, but what ended up happening is they kind of try to replicate Wowaka's style, and I think that's what really got on his nerves. But either way, he really disliked the attitude of the Vocaloid scene. So what he did was he made an album called Unhappy Refrain. That was his only album. And I think he helped the label that published the album was a label that he helped found. It was specifically for Vocaloid producers. I gotta look up what it's called. Well, I think actually Hachi helped make it. Hachi Vocaloid music label. Universal Records. I think it's Universal Records. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, if you know. But either way, a couple of like really big Vocaloid producers helped create a music label specifically for Vocaloid music. And he published his first album completely featuring Hatsune Miku, Unhappy Refrain. He dropped it and then he left because he was done with it. He was getting frustrated. He was getting fed up with like the attitude. He's like, I'm done. I think the sentiment that I found in a lot of his interviews that he released about Unknown Mother Goose was that he kind of lost himself in that scene. Like, he just kind of didn't know who he was without Miku. But he started making music because of Miku. So it was kind of like a double-edged sword. So he left the scene in pursuit of his own interests. He formed the band Hitorie, which was a huge hit. He started making music with his own voice and his own... I mean, it's still his music, but it was his voice that was singing it. But he was still active with the Vocaloid scene. He definitely still wanted to keep up with it. He would still listen to music with Miku and everything. I think in some interviews he mentions that, like, he would think about going back to making a Miku song, but he just could never, like, actually... He couldn't commit to it. And he was like, well, my band could just sing that anyway, so we might as well just make it for the band and not for a Vocaloid song, you know? Then, 2017 rolls around. It's Miku's 10th anniversary, which is so fucking special. There's a lot of big producers that made songs for the compilation album that came out with it. Krypton approached him and they're like, hey, you were one of the foundations of the Vocaloid scene and of Hatsune Miku. We want you to make a song for the album. And he was like, well, I've been wanting to do this, so let's do it. So he made the fucking peak of Vocaloid music, in my opinion, which was Unknown Mother Goose. And he was like, I've had all these feelings built up for years now that I haven't made Vocaloid music that I might as well express through this song. And he always described it as a love song. It was never anything depressing. And he said that he had never made a love song before. Most of his songs were more like emotionally driven, like Rolling Girl or like Unhappy Refrain, or they were just fun, like in World's End Dance Hall. This is his first love song, and I think love song is like the perfect word to fit it, because usually when you think of love song, you think of like something corny, right? Like corny, really like corny songs. But in this song, it is purely like love for this thing. It expresses like his anger and frustrations with it, but ultimately, this is what got him into music. This is what got him into his calling. He couldn't be where he was without Hatsune Miku, which is fucking like, take that out of context. It's fucking stupid to say, but it's true. He wouldn't have gotten that far into his career if it wasn't for Miku. People who really loved and like adored his music followed him as he made Hitorie. And I mean, it's so fucking good. Crying in the club right now for real. And like my favorite thing, because I have a whole fucking slide. I have the lyrics here. I just want to go over my favorite parts, because a lot of this is like, oh fuck man, I'm gonna cry. It's such a good story. It's such a good story behind Unknown Mother Goose. Like they were playing this in concert for Magical Mirai. Oh my god. Usually what happens with Magical Mirai and like Hatsune Miku concerts is they'll just have Hatsune Miku like just dance around to the song if it's if it's appropriate. And she had set choreography for this song. And then halfway through Magical Mirai, or like for the next Magical Mirai, Wowaka sadly passed away due to heart complications, and that was his last Vocaloid song. And it's really sad. It's really sad. That was his last Vocaloid song, and a lot of people, like, they take this as like this was his goodbye to everybody, and people still like internalize. Obviously he didn't know that he was gonna pass away, but people always take this song and they find it as like a goodbye message, and they always look at this song with like such joy and happiness, and like this was his expression of like gratitude, even though he had really complicated and frustrating feelings about this scene. It was just gratitude. Like he had grown from it, and his true passion was music. Like you can tell by the lyrics in this, like, all alone when I am engulfed by sound, it is a universal delight. Like that is his true like passion. He loves music. He couldn't be where he was if it wasn't for Hatsune Miku. And a lot of the lyrics shows like his frustrations, like livelihood, indulging in boring stupefaction. Everyone chases after him. Yet again, I plugged up my ears against a repeating, reused song. That was in reference of a lot of like songs that came out that kind of like mimicked his style, that he kind of found a little frustrating, just because he kind of lost himself, where he began and where Hatsune Miku ended, if that makes sense. And then this is like, how are you going to express this through this medium? And it's also about like his feelings about the Vocaloid scene. Also, is just like, where else? Oh shit, where is it? Especially around this time is where people thought that Vocaloid was dead. And a lot of the songs that came out as a part of Hatsune Miku's 10th anniversary was about kind of a dying fandom that was still preserving no matter what, just because they're there for the music. The lyrics, "You left behind are in this place even now," especially I would start sobbing if I heard that in concert, because it was like, to see somebody who truly was still like really behind like Hatsune Miku and Vocaloid was like, granted there was a lot of them, but a lot of people had grown out of it at this point. So if you're standing in, imagine you're standing in a concert, you hear this line, like, I would go fucking crazy. "You left behind are in this place even now, holding back your tears. Why, oh why? I know that this place has been protected by you all along." It's so fucking sad. It's so fucking sad, but awesome. It's saying, it's like, I wanted to go through the lyrics because I think media literacy is fucking dead. We need to like digest the media that we listen to and watch, because this is like, when you really read it, it's so fucking heartbreaking. And it's so fucking because like the image of the song is the fucking broken heart. Fuck me, man. This place has been protected by you all along. That is referring to the fact that like the people who are still there, they're protecting like this central idea that people love Hatsune Miku. Appreciate Vocaloids and the writers even more now. Thanks for making this. I usually like depressing Vocaloid songs, but to actually hear the story behind them makes it hit harder. Thank you. I very much encourage you guys. I like plead with you guys. If you like a song, look through the lyrics. Like, I know it's a little pretentious, but like look through the lyrics and really like, especially with Vocaloid songs and like indie music in general, that have really good lyricism. I think like you can like really relate to it and like find a little more meaning through it just by going through the lyrics, because then you can really connect with the producer who made it. Fuck, dude. I fucking love this. I love Wowaka. Like, oh my god. I cut myself off, but like, oh yeah, I cut myself off, but like in concert. So usually they'll just have one like choreography projection for Hatsune Miku for a song. Halfway through, or next Magical Mirror, I can't quite remember, she had like the first one where she was dancing and just being normal. The next time after Wowaka passed away, they made a whole new motion projection for Hatsune Miku. And it was, oh, fuck, man, fuck. They made it completely new, and what it was Hatsune Miku standing completely still as if she were playing guitar and performing the song as like as a band member. And they actually took, because there's two versions of this song. There's the Hatsune Miku version, and then there's a version that's by Hitorie that Wowaka performs in his own voice, and that's the only song I think that is like that by Wowaka. And he's performed it live. There's a recording of him performing it live. And what they did was, when they made the new motion for Unknown Mother Goose, they didn't recreate it one for one, but they actually mimicked Woaka's movements and his mannerisms for Miku as tribute to him. And it's like there's a video, you can find it. It's like the Hatsune Miku and Woaka duet. Like it shows you like the certain moments and the really important movements where Miku like does exactly what Woaka does on stage. And I think it's really fuck, this is gay. This is really gay. But I think it's really like, oh god. It's really like cool and beautiful that like this guy, like he struggled so much with like his own passion and his own voice and wanting to be seen. And they even say it a lot in this song. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? That is Woaka speaking through Hatsune Miku. Can you see him through the screen? Can you see that he is the one that made the song? And, like, his frustration with wanting to be seen and wanting to be loved and wanting to, be recognized. And then persevering through this thing that had made him so frustrated, but at the end of the day had made him had gotten him where he went in his life, and that like propelled him through his career, through his passions. He just lives on through that. Fuck me, dude. It's just like, it's so fucking beautiful. Like, anytime I listen to this song and I really think about it, I just start tearing up. Because it's so like this is, obviously Hitori is always going to be his baby. But this song, I feel, is where you can actually really, really, really like hear him. And like, this is where he is going to persist. I think I really started crying and breaking down and like a fucking little baby that shit its pants. When I watched like a live recording at a Miku concert performing this song after Woaka had passed away. That part in the song where it's just going like the woes, like, the intermissions. Oh, fuck, man. There's like a certain recording that's taken from the like an audience member where you can hear the audience singing along to that part, and it just feels like oh my god, it's like everybody in that room is there for Hatsune Miku, but in that moment everybody is there for Woaka. And like, even before, like, I think it's Rolling Girls, it was a Rolling Girl performance where they did like a special little tribute just for Woaka, where the entire audience was chanting Woaka. And I think definitely he knew that, like, especially towards like the 10th anniversary music, he knew that people like loved him, and that's why, like, where is it? Where is it? It's in this. Where is it? If I can become love, then what color is that color now? Loneliness cannot be sorted out by a symbol. I'm shouldering my own heart. I don't know. Hey, if you're going to express all your love right now, exactly who is it inside of your heart? Or no. Here it is. That back that got nothing but junk thrown at it. Even if even then they were able to say that they loved it, if even then that they were able to wish for love, like, perhaps that says that meaning lies in my everything. Fuck, dude, that's just saying that, like, he could see the love for him, but he had a hard time, like, accepting it just because of, like, everything that had happened in his past. But with this song, he kind of got to express everything that he felt, and he felt all the, like, gratitude towards him, and he got to feel his own gratitude towards them. And then, like, oh my god, the end really fucking gets me. Where it's like, hey, if you're gonna scream about your love for the future producers or the current producers within the Vocaloid community, I'll be right here. He's gonna be right there with you, like this big legend. He's rooting for you, even if, like, he doesn't know you, or he knows that he doesn't know everybody, but no matter what you're doing, he's rooting for you. Words may be excessive, but this dream continues on. Pretty much just like, I was just, I'm saying too much, but like, I'm right there with you with this dream. Because I had that dream too. I get to live out my dream. I'm rooting for you. I'm right there with you. And I want you to be able to achieve that dream just like I was able to achieve it. If I was to express my love, that everything is this song. This was his one and only love song, as far as I know. He'd never written a love song before, but this was his love song. That everything is this song. This story is unknown to all. It seems I've gone and hummed it once again. And that's just like, he knows that through in a certain way, he's going to be unknown. He's the guy who makes Miku songs. Miku's the singer. He could be unknown, but he doesn't care. He's come to terms with that. He just loves being able to make music and having his own voice. Knowing that people are there with him, some people don't know. But they love his song no matter what. He's gone and hummed it once again. There was a song that, like, I don't know, probably Rolling Girl or something. Or he's just like, I've come to terms with this. I love this community. I wouldn't be where I am without it. And I'm just gonna keep that song with me. I think that's really beautiful. Ugh. Whatever, dude. Oh, and then am I just gonna be this? Okay, before I move on, just how can I love this world? Am I gonna be continuing to roll on forever? He was known for Rolling Girl. He was the Rolling Girl guy. Sometimes I feel like he felt overshadowed by Rolling Girl. So that's why he put that line in. And he was just like, how can I love it if this is the only thing that people, like, know me for? Fuck, man. Okay, whatever. I'm done with Unknown Mother Goose. Let's stop talking about it. I want to talk about other guys now. Please consume your media and digest it. I'm fucking begging you. Whether it be a song, piece of music that has no lyrics, a movie, or a TV show, fucking be media literate. I am begging you. I feel like we live in an age where if you're not like... We live in an age where, like, people take things at such face value, and it's so fucking upsetting to see because you can tell, like, this is what they really meant by it if you just fucking, like, had some fucking media literacy. Please. I'm just begging you, please, like, actually read into... I know people are gonna be like, oh, you're corny. Oh. Fucking... It's not that deep. It is that deep. It's always that deep. People don't just make things because... Well, I mean, they do, because it's cool, but there's almost always, like... There's a reason why they make the things they make. And there's a way to realize when like, this is how you can tell that something's made for the right reasons and why something is made for the wrong reasons. So please fucking digest. Just write a fucking essay about, like, things that you like. I'm begging you. Please! Anyways, I want to talk about other guys now. Okay, bye. Let's talk about other guys now. I feel like the market is now to, like, try to one-up Miku. I would analyze the music I listen to, but I don't know Japanese yet. That is totally fine. I don't know Japanese either. I would just look for a reliable translator. That was, I mean, obviously, Wawaka didn't speak English. That was a fan translation, but I feel like that's, like, the best fan translation. You still pretty much get the heart of what the song is about. And you could definitely, like, that's even, like, the better things about analyzing music, like, especially if you have, like, and it'll help you learn the language too, is you can take a translation and then you can, like, listen to the song again and be like, well, maybe this is actually what they meant, or this is how I interpret this personally, and then you can have that conversation. It's so fucking good to interact with media. I love interacting with media. I'm gonna do it more from now on. It's so good. It's like, there's no reason why you shouldn't interact with the media that you like, you know, that you ingest, because there's no reason not to. It's just like, it's there. There's a meaning behind it. You have to find that meaning. And you have to see what that means to you personally. If that makes sense. Okay, let's talk about other vocal synths that I like besides Miku. I used to be a Miku hater. There was a time where like everybody wanted to be contrarian, and they're like, I hate fucking Hatsune Miku because she's perfect. It's not cringe anymore to like Hatsune Miku. It's not cringe, okay? But anyways, these are the other little guys that I really like. So we'll start left to right because that's how we read in America. But I feel like the market today is to try and outdo Miku in terms of quality and appeal. Synth V is fucking killing it in that department because they took up all the fan favorites. But here we have, this is called Sweet Anne. She's one of the older Vocaloids. I can't remember if she came out before or after Miku. This is not her first design. Her first design was kind of scary. I'll show it just because, like, we need to know the context. I need to show the full dark history. This was her updated design that I prefer. I don't know why they gave her a choker. I actually kind of wish that they kept... Because, see, Sweet Anne is what I based Doqmeets' design off of. If you can see, I have a stitched neck. Do you want to know why I have a stitched neck? It's because of Sweet Anne. Sweet Anne was a part of a series of Vocaloid characters. It's scary. I know she's scary. Her first design was really scary. But her line of this is from Power FX. Their line of Vocaloid characters is based off of like I think her line was like horror, like old time horror. And then like a lot of fairy tale themed stuff. She was like a Frankenstein, like Bride of Frankenstein. But this is her old design. She's very scary. I'm so sorry. I don't know who made her like that. She was supposed to be like really vintage, but it just is scary. She has two other generation mates, I guess. Two other character voices that came out with her. Which was Big Al and Oliver, I think. I don't know if Oliver came out with her or before, but this is for Vocaloid 2. Don't know if I think she had a V3, which is this design, which is obviously a lot more palatable, I'd say. She came out aside Big Al, who also had, no, not that, Vocaloid, please. He also had like he is Frankenstein adjacent. That's his old design, and then this is his anime design. I don't know why he looks like that. I don't know why they're so scary. But he also has stitches on his head, obviously. Because they wanted to match. I don't think you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think they came out with Oliver. But Oliver is one of their, kind of coworkers, I guess. But he came out with Power FX. He's kind of more fairy tale adjacent. Everybody fucking loved Oliver. Yeah, if actually, you know what? Oliver is in Bee and Puppy Cat. They used his voice bank to voice Puppy Cat, so that's why he sounds like that. He's a Vocaloid. But Sweet Anne was always my favorite. I really liked her voice. I even liked her old design. I'm not gonna lie. I just really like the stitched neck. It's great. But that's what I based that off of for Doqmeet. I just really liked her voice. I like mature voices a lot more than like the sweet voices, which is, I don't know if that's weird or like, why wouldn't you like the more mature voices? This is Flower. I love Flower. Flower's my fucking daughter, alright? This is her V4 design. She has a lot of different designs, but she's usually kind of like edgier designed. This is her most edgiest, I feel. She is special to me because she was a very deep voice female singer. She had growl properties, which was awesome. She was a powerful singer, so a lot of Utsupi like started using her, and I fucking loved it. I loved that he used Flower. You'll see that like in a lot of songs that she's credited in, she'll say like V Flower. The character's name is Flower, The V stands for Vocaloid. Don't believe she's on Vocaloid anymore. I think she was. I don't think she ever had a V5 version. I think she moved over to Pia Pro, which is another synthesizer. That's what Hatsune Miku is on right now. I think Krypton pulled out of Vocaloid. So technically, Hatsune Miku is not a Vocaloid anymore. She's part of Pia Pro. Or not Pia Pro. Fucking, I think it, no. I think it is Pia Pro. Pia Pro Studio, that's what it is. And because that is it's a voice synthesizer made by Krypton, and that's why they kind of pulled her out of Vocaloid, even though she's iconically a Vocaloid. Hold on, sorry. My face kind of froze up there, sorry. But yeah, V-Flower, she's been, or not V-Flower, but Flower's been passed around a lot. You'll see her with V at the beginning of her name. That just means that that's the Vocaloid version of her. She's also made for like Gynoid Talk, Pia Pro. Don't know where else she might be on. I don't think she's on Synth V. But yeah, P-Flower. P-Flower sounds a lot more different. Sounds a lot different than V-Flower. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know if her voice producer is known, but I just like her because she has a very androgynous look, which is very, at least like the V4 version, very different than what her V3 version looked like. Like I said, she's kind of been passed around a lot, so she has a lot of different designs. Let me actually show you on the wiki. This is V4 standard. Oh no, she's on Chevio, that's what it is. C-Flower, right? Chevio is a different voice synthesizer. But this is her V3 design. This is what her debut design is when she was first introduced. I really liked it because she had a really interesting design. I've always been a fan of her. I like her stupid hair and her stupid fucking sleeves and like how edgy she is. I fucking love V4. She's fucking awesome. She's so tomboy. She has like the little under like dyed hair. She's awesome. I like how they downsized her. And then this is her Gynoid Talk. Oh god, come on, show me the Gynoid Talk design, please, and thank you. Expand? No. I think I'll find it in here. This is her Chevio design, which a lot of people aren't a fan of just because of how different it is. And I get it. She's a lot more simplified and not like, 2000s edgy, like anime emo girl. I think it's still fine. It definitely doesn't stand out as much as her V3 and V4 designs do. And let me find her Gynoid Talk version because I am also a big fan of that. Flower Gynoid Talk. It's just her V4, but like a little bit more updated. This is fun. She has fucking platform like toes out, open-toed shoes. It's a little like it's campy and stupid, but like it's fun. Like fuck. It's a combat boot, but she has her toes out. Like it's really silly looking, but like I love the design. I'm a huge fan of this. So that's why I like Flower, because she has a lot of variation in variation in her designs, but she's usually like, this is her aesthetic. Mako, of course, she's my girlfriend, and I have a figure of her actually over Hatsune Miku. I don't think I have a single Miku figure. I love Mako. She's my wife. Fuck you. Fuck you, weeaboos. I think she's awesome and cool and hot. And that's that on that. Gumi, she has a very special place in my heart. I feel like Gumi was another competitor for like the Vocaloid. She's an internet company Vocaloid. One Gumi song and it's 12 years old. Don't you worry about that. I'm gonna get you on some more Gumi songs. She is a high quality voice. She's so fucking good. She is leagues better than Miku in my opinion. She was one of the first V6 AI voices for Vocaloid 6. If you listen to like, hold on, I gotta show you like the fucking preview or demos for her V6, because when Gumi V6 AI came out, it was so fucking like, what the fuck is this? V6 AI. Thank you guys for letting me nerd out about this. Not that you had a choice. Also, by the way. Let me find a good one. This is a good one. I think this is a Britney Spears song. Like, this was crazy when it first came out. Like, this is fucking crazy, dude. This was nuts. Like, this is the most realistic you can get without, like, specifically tuning for it. It was an AI voice. It was fucking crazy. And then guess what? Teto! Let's go, my girl, Teto! Also, going back to Gumi. Gumi, her voice actress is actually half Filipino, and that's why I love her, because I'm also Filipino, so... actually, canonically, Gumi, the Vocaloid, is Filipino, and I will not hear anything about that. There's actually a Filipino Vocaloid producer who uses Gumi and makes music in Tagalog. I would definitely check him out. Let me actually find him real quick. I'm sure if you, like, looked it up, you'll find him. Gumi Tagalog. Enzo, that's his name. He makes Gumi songs in Tagalog, which is fucking awesome. It's more like experimental rock. It's awesome. She's half Filipino, so she's representation for me. Teto, let's fucking go! Woo, Teto, that's what I've been fucking waiting for. She was actually just released last year as a synth V voice, and it was fucking huge. Philippines mentioned, let's go, raw! Literally me. But yeah, Teto. So here's the story with Teto, and that's why I fucking love her. Teto was an April Fool's joke. She was a fucking joke. Alright? So what somebody on, I think it was 2chan. What 2chan decided to do was like, let's fuck with the Vocaloid community and make them think that a new Vocaloid is being released. And her name is going to be Teto. And she's going to look like this stupid, like, Miku ripoff with twin drills and red hair. And we're going to actually make a voice bank for her, but in Utau, not Vocaloid. We're going to make everybody think that she's a new Vocaloid. So they did that. She actually had a voice bank in Utau. And she blew the fuck up. Everybody loved her. And she was a fucking joke. Like, her whole thing was like she wants to be an idol, but she's not a real idol because she's a joke. Fast forward 2023, Synth V comes out and they're like, hey, guess what? We added Teto to our fucking lineup. She's not a new Towaloid anymore. She's really a voice synthesizer. Everybody went fucking nuts. So that's why I love Teto, because she's like the real breakout star, like underdog story. She started out as a fucking April Fool's joke, and now she's like officially on one of the best voice synthesizers there is on the market. Like, it's fuck. I love voice synthesizers, you guys. Last guy, I have really complicated feelings about this guy. That's Yohio Lloyd. He's based off of the singer Yohio. I had a really weird phase with him. I don't want to get too far into it. It was really stupid. That's it. So, here are my Vocaloid recommendations. If you want to start getting more into it, if you haven't, like, you know, really dabbled with it too much and you want to hear more like not so mainstream songs, this is the list for you. I have it condensed into my top 10 from early Vocaloid to modern Vocaloid, and I grouped that up from uh, early Vocaloid being 2007 to 2014, and the newer stuff 2015 to now. I feel like that's where you can really hear the split in general sound. So for the older stuff, I have at the top of the list, of course, Rolling Girl by Wawaka. Duh. Literally any Hachi song. Hachi stopped making music for Hatsune Miku. I think he made a song for her for the 10th anniversary, which was like the main song, Sand Planet. I can't remember if he's made any more past that. But literally any Hachi song is so fucking good. Just look up Hachi Hatsune Miku, and like he also used Gumi for a lot of songs. So if you haven't listened to a lot of Gumi songs, definitely look at Hachi, like his old music. Like he loved using Gumi in Hatsune Miku. Can't really say if he's used any other Vocaloids. Sino Sampler is a good one by Coyote. Coyote is also another big prolific Vocaloid producer. Oh, I just fucking skipped over Mosaic Roll by Dekonina. Mosaic Roll by Dekonina, another Gumi song. It's iconic. I was so fucking obsessed with it, and the music video is so cool. I just recommend it because it's awesome and iconic. Sino Sampler by Coyote is a lesser known one, at least in my opinion. Came out in 2010. It's just a really cool listen. Very unique sound. Very 2010 in my opinion. Luca Night Fever Baby by Sam Free. Rest in peace. Sam Free is another Vocaloid producer that has sadly passed away, but he was very prolific. Luca Night Fever, so fucking good. It's just dumb fun. It is like a Euro, it's a Eurobeat fucking like, or not Hatsune Miku, Luca song, and it's just her going Luca Night Fever. We're having so much fun in the club, you guys. It's literally out of fucking Eurovision. It's so awesome. I love Luca Night Fever. It's just dumb fun. Next is going to be Idola Circus by Neru. I think Idola Circus, at least in my opinion, it's one of Neru's, or like Neru P, not the character, but it's one of Neru's like older songs when he was first getting started. I think it's a goddamn bop, and I just really like the sound of it. It's really, if you like Linkin Park, you're gonna like Idola Circus. I guess that's like the best way for me to describe it. Q by Poa Poa P, also rest in peace. Unfortunately he passed away. I think a few years before Wawaka. Poa Poa P was known for like really heavy like percussion sounding rock. Q is such a good song. I love Q. Very like, if you like Gurren Lagann, I recommend Q. It's just got that vibe, you know. Kyoto Candy Shop War was one of the first, at least I think that was one of the first like V Flower songs. So it holds a really like a really important place in my heart, because back when Flower first came out, there wasn't a whole lot of songs with using her, just because she was just so new and she had like a really unique vocal. It wasn't cutesy, it was deep. It was just a deep female androgynous voice. So the fact that I found Kyoto Candy Shop War, that was like such a good song. It's really like chill rock. I think it's like it's perfect for, oh yeah, Screen Cap It for sure, go for it. It's the perfect song for Flower in my opinion. Yobanashi Deceive is actually a song from Kage Pro, the concept album that we were talking about earlier. That's one of the it's a character song sung by Iya. I just think it's iconic. It's like one of the best songs in that. If you're also interested in Kage Pro, I also really, 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 really recommend Additional Memory. That's also a really good song from Jin and from that concept album. The thing with Additional Memory is it came out like years after Kage Pro had finished, and it was just kind of like a bonus song. And it's really good. I really recommend it. Last one is My Last by Neko Bolo. I think My Last, I feel like, is another like really popular song by Necobolo, but I don't really hear people talk about it too much. It's just a really cool song, and has a lot of memories for me, so I just recommend it. So for the newer stuff, top of the list is gonna be Ga by Utsup, or any Utsup song really. Like his older stuff is iconic, but his newer stuff is like so fucking good. Like the growls are so fucking like perfect. Like I need you to listen to this and understand that this is a fucking voice, like a vocal synthesizer. Hold on. Not lyrics. I just want to watch the video, please. I'm just gonna show you the growl. Like, we're innovating. We're innovating, baby. We're in the future. And the vocal fry, did you hear the vocal fry? It's so fucking good. Get into Utsup. Utsup is so fucking awesome. His new stuff is really, like, he's always like prided himself on the fact that his music is death metal plus pop, but he's really leaning into also like hip hop components, which I love because it's like it's so fucking good. I love like alt rock, so it's good. It's so fucking good, dude. And the way that he tunes Miku is so awesome. You've only gotten back into Vocaloid because of Yu Yo Yopi. Oh, you're gonna fucking love Utsup then. He had a fucking collab. He has a collab song with Utsup. Can't remember what it's called. Dull, and then I think they have another one. Oh yeah, this is their collab song. I don't know what it is. But you can definitely tell that it's Yuyopi and Utsu. Because I know Yuyopi really likes his like math rock, like heavy math rock, so like that's a dream collab. Yandere was so good. I was baffled at how much Vocaloid progressed. It's so fucking awesome. Like the vocal effects that you can get now out of voice synthesizers is crazy. My number 2 is gonna be Non-Breath Oblige by Pinocchio P, because I felt like I had to put Pinocchio P on here because I feel like he's like the new kind of face of Vocaloid. He really like embodies like what is Vocaloid now. Non-Breath Oblige is just like a tribute to that, because he really leans into like, this is a robot that's singing, not a fucking person. So what he does is he does like the most like outlandish shit ever, like super fast singing, super like high octaves that is like so unattainable, like not unattainable, but like you really have to work your fucking ass off if you want to sing like that without a break. Like this is a robot that's singing it. So Non-Breath Oblige is like really a testament to that mindset. 100 Epitaphs by Fairy, and all of Parties Are for Losers. 100 Epitaphs is another. It's part of Parties Are for Losers, which is a concept Vocaloid series. I talked about it a little earlier. It has its own like it has its own story. Parties Are for Losers is based off of, if you like the game Stalker, it's based off of the Strugatsky's brothers Roadside Picnic. It has to do with like the zone, like Russia. It's really cool. I highly recommend it. And it's like the lyricism is so clever, I think. 100 Epitaphs is the newest addition to Parties Are for Losers. The music video is fucking solid. It's so awesome. The lyricism in the music, and 100 Epitaphs is awesome. As much as I love Fairy's like style, Still haven't played that one Stalker mod pack. I don't really know that much about Stalker, just because I feel like it's a game that I get really frustrated out. But I do know a lot about like roadside picnic stuff. That's why I like Parties Are for Losers. It's really interesting. I highly recommend it. I recommend listen to both like Fairy's original version, like because you can tell Fairy's like a single person that's working with like GarageBand or FL Studio. There's a cover or an arrangement by Andy in Steps, I think is his name. He actually does like a full band arrangement of it, and I think that's like the that is the ideal way to experience that song. So I recommend listening to both, but the Andy and Steps version is like that is like the perfect version, perfect idealized version of that song, because it all of Fairy songs I feel are meant to be rock songs, and you can't really. It's really hard to get that perfect like garage band song sound in completely like digital workspaces. So 100 Epitaphs, listen to it. It's great, especially if you like Shudo. I think they used the same chord progression as Shudo's in the Backrooms, I think. I don't know. If you listen to it, you'll kind of understand. Today by Ghost. This one I recommend only for the strongest and if you like experimental music. It's an older song. This is using the default voice in Utau. No, her name is Defoko or Uta Utane. It's a little grating on the ears. If you have strong ears, definitely try it out. Today is just I really like the lyrics in it and how like ambiguous it is, and I like the sound of it. It's very chaotic sounding. Be careful when you listen to the song because it can be a little grating, and I totally understand if that's not somebody's cup of tea. Fifth song is gonna be "Float Play" by Ina Bakamori. You might have listened to Ina Bakamori's other songs. Lag Train is a really big one. He uses Kayuki. Float Play is just my favorite one out of all of it. Like, I think I prefer it over Lag Train. Because I wanted to try recommending not very known songs. Or like not as mainstream, I guess, just to like really get you to get in there. So Float Play, I would definitely check that one out. Koala by Will Stetson. Will Stetson is a popular cover artist. He also makes his own original songs. I think Koala was his first Vocaloid song. It's sung by VY1. I think VY1 is a voice, like one of the bass voice banks that comes with Vocaloid. It's a Yamaha Vocaloid. There's no character with it. I think like VY1 is usually like represented by a fan. It's weird. But Koala is really good. VY1 has a really good solid voice, so her voice bank is really 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 high quality. So it really sounds good in Koala. It's also one of those songs that's like has a dark theme but is actually really it's cheery sounding, but at the end of the song it stops it ends on a good note, I guess, if that makes sense. Idiotic Communication by Isonosuke. This isn't a very like well-known song. I'm kind of surprised by. I fucking love it. It's a shitpost song. It's great. It just talks about the internet, why it's great and why it's a fucking nightmare. It also makes fun of VTubers in it. It's great. I love it. It's very like Nerucore, like when he was just shitposting. It's awesome. It has a message and it's just silly. Traffic Jam by Nilfruits. Nilfruits is another big. I don't think they're necessarily big, but they're well known. They also have like a concept series, not really an album. Like kind of centered around a specific character. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. But yeah, they have their own series centered out around a certain character. Actually, Traffic Jam has recurring characters also, so I'd check them out. Traffic Jam is just a fun song, fun ambiguous song. Doesn't really, I don't, at least I don't think it has too much of a meaning. I might have to like look into it more. It might have to do with like trying to separate two sides of one brain. But it's a fun song. I like it. Uh, Ninth song is gonna be First Train in Kafka by Nabuna. If you know Yoroshika, uh, that's Nabuna's band, I think. But he started out with Vocaloid music. First Train Kafka is one of my favorite Nabuna songs because it's based off of Franz Kafka and the Metamorphosis. I love that short story. Um, it's a happy song but depressing lyrics. So check out that one. That's more towards like I think 2015, 2016. It's not as modern as the rest of these, but it's worth a listen. And it's worth like the introduction to Nabuna. And the last one is gonna be Getcha by Giga and Kira. That's gonna be a song featuring Hatsune Miku and Gumi. Kira fucking rocks. And Giga is the producer for Real. They actually started out making Vocaloid songs together before they decided to just use Real. But Giga's awesome. He does a lot of poppy songs. So that's more of like if you're more into like pop music. Kira is known for like very Britney Spears esque like bitch tracks. So it's like a wonder combo, you know. It's awesome. But I guess that's all like the recommendations I have. Yeah, like very that for sure. Getcha's like so good. I think Iron Mouse covered it with Nanners, but I recommend if you like listening to Vocaloids sing, listen to the original version. It's fucking awesome. The way that Kira tunes Vocaloids, I'm a huge fan of because he's really trying to like this is Britney Spears but a Vocaloid, and I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah. I don't know what else, Swag Miku. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk and listening to me cry and talk about Vocaloid for 3.5 hours. Thank you. Very good presentation. Thank you very much. I worked really hard on it. Default dance, Miku, let's go! But yeah, that's my presentation on Hatsune Miku, why you should like her, and also why you should be media literate also as well too. Thank you. I'm like my voice is shot from screaming about this. But I'm gonna have the VOD up as long as like YouTube will let me. I said worse shit, so I feel like they don't care about what I say on here. So yeah, I hope this encourages you to digest your music and your media, and listen to Vocaloid more, or at least Vocaloid producers. If you're not a fan of Vocaloid, guess what? A lot of the producers go on to produce like their own music with their own voice, so you don't have to listen to Hatsune Miku or like fucking like Megami Gum or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know their names. But yeah. I'm tired. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something today, or not. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I just wanted an excuse to talk to you guys about Vocaloid, because I love Vocaloid. And I think I'm gonna do more like these presentation streams because it was really fun and you guys like seem to enjoy it. Question mark. I hope. Hold on. You better have, or else. But yeah, I have yet to come out with next week's schedule, So be on the lookout for that. I might have a collab coming up. I guess you guys are gonna have to wait and see. And if you guys have any like topics that you want to like hear me scream about, please let me know. Or something. I don't fucking know. Certified Miku enjoyer now? Let's fucking go! Woo! That's what I've been fucking waiting for! Excellent. I've done my job. Thank you. But hopefully you guys have a wonderful night. And I will see you all next week. Okay. Goodbye. Good night.